Hey, resellers! We're so excited that you guys are here. Otherwise, it would just be me and Chase talking for 2 hours, which would be cool, but not nearly as much fun as having you guys here talking with us also live in the chat. So I'm super, super excited to introduce you guys to one of my friends here. This is Chase. His Instagram is Dreaming on a Budget One, right, Chase?
Yeah, for some reason. It has to
For
have a
some
one.
reason. And then over here on YouTube, he is Dreaming on a Budget. And I'm gonna his the link to his channel is actually in my description, but I'm also gonna drop it real quick here in that's not it. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. Hang on, I will drop it in the chat. And I noticed on your custom URL for YouTube that your name is in there.
Yeah, I've had that link. I've literally had my YouTube channel since Hotmail. Okay,
So
that
your
says everything.
YouTube channel, was it something else before? I'm sorry that I'm rotating here. Was it something else before reselling then?
No, I never pressed play. Um, so yeah, I just had it for viewing content and yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself because I know a lot of folks like I don't feel bad saying that if I feel like everyone in the community and maybe everyone in the chat isn't familiar with you. And I've stumbled upon your content in the past, I don't know, a few months or so and really, really enjoy it. Mainly because of you're so positive despite some really awful things that have happened just in the time that I've known you. So can you tell everybody just a little bit of background information on you?
Yeah, no, so our channel, our entire journey is between me and my wife as a power couple. And so we have probably about 15, 20 years together of public safety between military law enforcement and EMS. It just got to a point where I was like, you know what? I want to do something else. Like I want to not necessarily leave my community. We still help out as much as we can. But it got to the point where we wanted to see what else was out there. What else can we do? You know, you're only given one life, so let's, make the best out of it. And we have 3 kids. So like it's getting to the point where our kids are eventually going to be in sports. You know, they're going to
Yeah.
be doing activities. And, when you're putting the Batman belt on and throwing, EMS uniform on, you're going out there every day. Your kids kind of sometimes get put on the back burner. And so it's definitely not a job description for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
And so I got into eBay in 2011 selling iPhone chargers, the 32 pins. And so
Nice.
like I would buy them in bulk from Alibaba. This is before
Okay.
Apple would come and hit you in the head and say, no, you can't do this. And so we would buy these in bulk and I'd sell them for $5 or $6. This is before I had like a mindset behind how I wanted to do eBay. And I've done a full circle. 2018 comes around, 2019 comes around. And I'm like, yo, I could probably do this like not full time, but part time and move into full time. And this is before I even knew there was a community. Like, everybody watches the picker shows on Discovery Channel and what have you. But I didn't realize how like beautiful this community was on
Mhm.
YouTube. And so like you get Kevin from Commonwealth. I mean, you've got like so many like really great folks to learn from. And
Yeah.
so like I was like, yeah, the YouTube thing's not really for me just yet. I'm gonna walk, crawl before I walk. And I didn't do that. I didn't do that at all. Before too long, I got into wholesale, and I just kept ramping eBay up. And so yeah, now it's my baby. I'm super passionate about it, and it's crazy because it's like some of the stuff we're going to talk about tonight is like what's going on, but it's
Yeah.
just like some
Not the
things
best
are
stuff, but like you have to love it if you stick
yeah.
around through the bad and the ugly. Like you have to love it. I'm gonna ask you about some of the interesting things that you sell here in just a minute, but let's say hi to the folks that have showed up to hear us talk tonight and be part of
Awesome.
the conversation. Melanie actually can't be here, and I know she's not feeling real well. So, Melanie, if you're watching this in the replay, then we're praying that you feel better super soon. MF Flips, who found some off-white Nikes at Goodwill this week. Who else is food hungover from their Thanksgiving leftovers? I actually made a big old plate a couple hours ago. I've had a bad cold or allergies. Angela's not feeling real well either. So I ate nothing but homemade chicken noodle soup. Oh man. Well, you need some Thanksgiving food, Angela. Hey, Nikki. I saw Nikki on live the other day and she was dressed up as a turkey. Did you make it into that live?
No.
It was, I mean, she wasn't like she had a turkey hat and this really colorful sweater, and she's just so fun. Chad, it's so good to see you here. Glad that you're here tonight. My dad is in the house doing an awesome job. Him and mom always supporting me. Let's see, the eclectic element. Glad to see you. Hoping you feel better. Also, Melanie. My husband is here, Drew Strickland, Black Friday Live. Everyone must be shopping. Yeah. I know there's a lot of different Black Friday lives going on. Some of them I'm like, well, friends, I'd love to support you, but I kind of got this thing. I'll be talking to a lot of people. And yeah, my mom is in the chat also. And then Nick says that when he hears Hotmail, he heard the old dial-up internet sound. Can you like give me your best impression of dial-up internet sound?
Yeah. Listen, I'm not old enough to remember the AOL chat room days, but yeah, Hotmail was the thing.
Dang. The Cha-Ching King is here. So happy to see you. I was totally pulling every ounce of my inner Cha-Ching King today because I went to the best estate sale you've ever seen in your entire life. I promise I'm going to give you guys like the full rundown of everything I scored. Let's see here. The Hoogs are here. Yeah, the eclectic element said, Nick, I did not read that. I heard that. The dial-up internet sound. Connor and Desiree are in the house, and I'm sure with their children as well. So we're super happy to have you guys here. Trevor is here. Hey, Trevor. I was just talking about you winning giveaways earlier. Aaron Kluge. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Good evening, friends. Good evening. Just subscribe to Chase. Thank you so much. I have his description or his channel link rather up there so you guys can subscribe. Courtney is here. Hello, Courtney. And James
Bolo
is
buddies.
here. Really super glad to see you guys here tonight. Very different this year, not the crazy traffic as years past. Don, the auction professor, did a vid tonight that we most are going to be buying online. The town I was in earlier with that estate sale, oh my gosh, it was bumper to bumper because I found myself around the mall. We went and had sushi after the estate sale, and trust me, everyone there was Black Friday shopping. It was crazy. Just finished pizza and ready to list another 20 items. I bought 107 items at the estate sale, so I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm like, should I break it up into listing two, like 50-day listing, days, or I feel great. Ate a key lime pie. Oh man, my grandma used to make key lime pie. My mom would make lemon meringue pies, and my grandma would make key lime. And I miss that because as a vegan, I don't eat key lime pie now. Anyone get any good deals? Trevor wants to know. I'm telling you, I did. I spent $1,400 at the estate sale, you guys. Like, I'm the cheapest person you'll ever meet, so you know it must have been good. Eclectic Element, we're thrilled to have you here. You just listen in the background and work and list and pack. And oh yeah, you guys didn't get any shipping done yesterday. I didn't do any shipping today because I was at the estate sale. Did you ship today, Chase?
I did. I had 15. Well, see, we're doing that 50% off everything in our store right now, which is crazy. And so we've had some. We'll talk about it.
A bunch of stuff. Angie is here. Michelle Midget. This is my friend Michelle. You guys, she's not a reseller, but maybe she's gonna be. But I'm super glad that you're here. That's my buddy. Geneva is here. Geneva, so glad to see you. We haven't busted out one of your DVDs yet, but we need to. And let's see. Angie said she's been subbed to you forever, by the way. Travis Griffin is here. I forgot it was Black Friday today. Paul the Flippin' Sports Guy is here. And let's see. Am I missing anybody? Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. With R. Stockman. I'm new to eBay, so listening for some good tips and tricks. Okay, don't get scared tonight, all right? because we're going to talk about some bad and ugly stuff. We're going to talk about how to prevent it, how to work through it. And Chase has like the patience of a saint. And so he's gonna be able to walk you through this. But Chase, we are on as far opposite. I'm gonna quit spinning around here in a minute, guys. It's like that Will Ferrell thing on Saturday Night Live when he's like, it's the most one. I'm on a spinning table. You guys are on a spinning table. So if I start spinning, just imagine me as Will Ferrell. So we're on very opposite sides of the spectrum as far as how we source. I am American Pickers. I'm like, let me go dig through a barn. Let me find something that they are never making again. Let me find something that is one of a kind. Look at this Stetson. I can't walk in
I
and
love
find
that.
this cool Stetson anywhere. You know what I mean? These sunglasses on here, like this is the kind of stuff I want to source. But then Chase is like, I bet you would sell a Squishmallow. You know what I mean? You something retail
Hello.
arbitrage all the way. Retail arbitrage and returns, pallet stuff. Like, what is your favorite ways to source?
Yo, like when I first started, eBay was like, I loved going out in the wild and finding things. Yard sales, flea markets, Goodwills. So we'd moved from Tampa. And so you could practically find a Goodwill on, every major highway in Tampa. And so like there's some in the community down there is crazy too. Like you've got folks like Ryan and Allie Roots, you've got Adam over at Winter Chicken Dinner. Like you have so many people to learn from and just kind of like run in, bump into. But then we moved back to Georgia, had some family occurrences happen. We get back to Georgia where I live, and I'm like 3 hours south of Atlanta. So like the nearest city to us is like an hour and a half, which is Macon. And so we're like, yo, what are we gonna do? And so I really, really had to come to Jesus meeting and was like, well, seriously, what am I gonna do? Like I don't want to give eBay up. Like it's been such a huge part of our livelihood. And I dang sure didn't want to go back to, working a 9 to 5. So I had to really like sit down and figure out what could I do. And I said, well, what about wholesale? I was like, I mean, if I can't find a flea market unless I drive an hour and a half or an hour because I'm out here in the boondocks.
The
Um,
Boondocks.
yeah, we
We're
we in the
3 hours from a
boondocks.
really major
We
city.
we're chiming into you live from Verizon. Yeah, because if it wasn't for Verizon, we wouldn't have nothing out here.
I feel
But
you there.
the internet stops like at 2 miles up the road. Okay,
That's
so like
awesome. You are in
they
the
will not.
boonies.
Yeah, if it's not satellite, you ain't getting it out here. And
Nice.
so, and that's the same thing with yard sales. It's like, I can't even use like the yard sale apps. I can't like Swap and Shop, Facebook. That's all we have. And so I really had to pivot, but it was a blessing all at the same time. Like because of us getting into wholesale, we were able to add on the additional eBay accounts and really get dive into making this a livelihood. And so yeah, I definitely wish I could go
Cha-ching.
back to
King
Goodwills.
said, get on his level. He's got population 181.
Yeah, we have a caution light. Okay, that's it.
Nice. I'm glad to see other resellers from tiny, tiny towns like me. Jennifer, you're a blessing, and I'm super glad that you're here tonight. Thank you for dropping Chase's link for sure. Yeah, and I mean, I just like to connect with other people that aren't doing this in a big city. Because that seems to be a lot of people's number one thing is I can't find stuff like that, and I don't know brands, and I'm like YouTube. And anyone can do this from anywhere. Like
Yeah.
anyone. My 5-year-old will walk into a thrift store and pick up something that's like fire. And I'm like, dude, like, how did you just pick up quality like that? Literally a 5-year-old could do this job.
Even if you're not going to do this full time, like you don't have to be scared to say, "Hey, I'm going to do eBay full time." Do it part time. Like there's so many chances and opportunities to make money, and like as much as you will hear some of the more experienced veteran eBay users, sometimes we'll talk smack about eBay and we'll get into that. But at the end, it's like what can you do with an extra $200 a month? Like what can
Yeah.
you do with an extra $100 a
Oh
month?
my gosh,
Like let's
Chase, like
get real.
when I started selling eBay, I told my husband, I was like, I want to get to the point. Now, this was like the daydream. I was like, I want to get to the point where I'm making $100 a week and I can pay for our groceries. If I can just make $400 a month, then I will consider this like an actual thing. Like I'll
Yeah,
consider
and then
this like a
look how big
part-time
it's
job.
blown up since then.
I know. I'm
Like,
like,
could you
that
imagine?
doesn't even feel like that long ago that was like my
No.
pipe dream was, can I make $100 a week? And now I'm telling my son, I'm like, you need to be listening enough to make $100 a week because you got a car you need to buy next year.
I run into folks all the time who ask me, like, what are you doing? Because like the only thing we really have around here are Amazon bin stores. And they're like, what are you doing? Like, what are you looking up? Oh, you could do that? And I'm so passionate. Like, I'll sit there for 30, 40 minutes, stop what I'm doing, and be like,
And
you need to
tell
be
him
doing this. Like, you
you
need to be
need to
doing
just
this.
put that spill on your YouTube and hand him a card every time.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Sometimes folks do ask me how to resell. I'm like, I promise I say everything and it's for free on my channel and like
Yeah.
5 subs away from 4,200. If you guys know 5 people that you could send to my channel tonight, it'd make my day. Jessie
Yeah.
Shops is here. I'm super excited to see Jessie. I just love her. Um, yeah, so you've had some things going on recently on eBay. Before I ask you about it though, you tell everybody in the chat how old you are.
So I'm 28.
Okay. Because I feel like I did this video early on. It was a collaboration video with different resellers, and it was reselling at all ages. And like we had my son who was 14 at the time. We had someone in their 20s, the 5 resellers, and then I was the one for 30s, and then like Gino from Gino's Finds was in it, and Angie Resells was in it, and we had like what reselling looks like at different ages and different stages in your life. Garage to Profit is here. Hello. Talking about young people reselling again. I don't know how old he is. He's got to be like early to mid 20s, I would say, maybe.
Garage. Yo, he's got a pretty good channel.
He is like, I feel like I should send my stuff to him to edit. You know what I mean? Yeah, you froze up a little bit, Chase, but we'll just move on.
Yeah, my jetpack dropped.
Oh, I love it. Just get underneath the desk there. You're such a champ. Yeah, his content is just so stellar. Like I mean, I'm really impressed. Anytime I see anything that he's put out, I think it's so good. Um, let's see here. Gibby's Girls is here. So glad to see you. Oh, he says thank you, Rachel. Yeah, he didn't say how old he was though, but I'm pretty sure he's like maybe he's 25. I don't know. He's not very old.
He's mid 25 to 30.
I wish I had gotten into reselling in my 20s. I got into thrifting in my 20s and but I was like strictly real estate in my 20s, which it served me well because it was another job that I could work when I wanted to work it or at my pace, you know. And it enabled me to go to every one of my son's parties. You know, my son was a year old when I started selling real estate. So I've always had flexibility, like you say, going to your kids' games and stuff. Like we have to Garage to Profit. What's your channel? I need to sub. Let me see if I can pull up.
We were close. We were close.
What's that?
He's 24. Garage to
He's
Profit
24.
is 24. Yo, he's gonna retire when he's 40. He just keep doing what you're doing, man.
Probably. Jennifer will probably already have this drop by the time that she already has.
She said, yeah.
I hate to ask. Okay, I'm just gonna start asking because she's such a pro at it anyway. I was about to say, Jennifer, could you drop it? But I hate to be that way. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Carla, it's so good to see you. I'm late, but my dog hurt her back again. Oh, and I've been loving and comforting her. Please pray for her healing. Will do for sure. Yeah, that's all. I hope your puppy's feeling. What's that?
I gotta let her dog in.
Oh, he's like, outside. Speaking of dogs, I totally forgot about mine. I don't have a dog, so those of us who aren't neglecting our pets right now will continue with the show. You don't need to ask. Okay, well, thank you so much, Jennifer. That's why I always call you a peach. You're a peach. I was 25 in 1984. Nice, Angelo. I was born in 1985. Yeah, the channel is Garage to Profit, and Jennifer put your link in. So, but yeah, what did he say? He was 25. I missed that part. 24. Yeah. 24. I knew he was like at the oldest he was going to be 25. I'm on the same page with your watching habits. Okay, so you have to tell me tell me something really good that happened over on eBay this week. I want to know about the good first.
Yeah, let's start off with the good. Yo, no, everything is good on eBay. eBay is Let's think. What's
You want to
something
tell
one
everybody
thing that
about your good sale that you're running right now? Because not everybody's as
yeah, hey,
adventurous as you
we
for Black Friday.
we did this last year. And so last year I decided, you know what makes us different from any other YouTube channel, like any other eBay reseller out there? How many people are willing to say, let's do 50% off everything in the store? It doesn't matter what it is. Because the way I look at it is when I'm outsourcing the items, usually I can have a 10x rule. Like I can say I'm going to make 10 times my profit on this item. That's not always the case. So we're running a 50% sale. Everybody just pays shipping. And so
50%
like
off, you guys, would just pay,
everything.
make sure you pay the shipping. He did add in the shipping. He's not
It-
trying to totally be upside down on this. 50%
yeah.
off. Would any one of us comment 50 in the chat if you would be brave enough to run 50% off your store? It's for the whole weekend?
Yeah, it started last night or started yesterday morning and it's going to go all the way to Tuesday. And so I've had a lot of people like hit me up on Instagram. I was like, hey man, you're crazy. Like you realize how crazy you are. But last year, listen, the way I look at it, everything's going to average out. Like, God's got me. It's
Yeah, I
gonna
think you're
average
right,
out.
actually. And you're going to hopefully get rid of a lot of inventory.
Yeah, no, actually, something we sold today was a pressure cooker, and I've sat on it since the Goodwill days.
Don't sit
So
on
it's
pressure
been,
cookers. They're not made for that.
yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go to space.
My goodness, that the off-whites that I found, those off-whites were so cool. Like my son is a huge off-white fan, and so when I saw those I was like, I have to see these. Yeah, I found those at the Goodwill. And tell us how much that you paid for them. 50% off scares me. Yeah, it scares me too. Talking about pressure cookers and going into outer space, the picture that you posted on your Instagram yesterday of the wood burning stove looked like it was going to blast off or explode.
Yeah, yeah, we
That
love
thing
that
couldn't have
thing.
been hotter.
Yo, well, see, the cool thing, like Apple's got that sensor that captures all the light. I don't know much about photography. You think, being on YouTube, you would, but
So it just looked more like that in photos.
oh yeah, yeah. It was bringing on the extra light, but in real life, you were like, yeah, you couldn't see any of that.
It looked like it was going to blast off in outer space. I was like, the thing is going to blow up. $20 for those off-white Nikes. Those so cool.
That's awesome.
I show my son the picture and everything. 50% off equals cash flow. See, if you're doing what the Cha-Ching King would do, then you must be doing something right. Because I'm just saying, I'm honestly so thrilled to get rid of TV supporting like-minded people. Yeah, I'm with you. Like, I don't turn on my television. Someone could come in and steal our TVs, and I would be like, was there something on that wall? Like, I feel like I'm not alone in that anymore. Most people just watch YouTube and whatever streaming service. I don't have any streaming services. Do you?
No, we actually dropped everything. Plus,
Yeah.
we're out here in the sticks. I mean, we can't even watch Netflix anymore. There are shows we wish we could like watch, like Vampire Diaries and You and just other things like that. But I don't even. The only thing I watch on cable TV now is Homestead Rescue. Like anybody watch Homestead Rescue? Like, yeah,
Oh, is that the one where the Alaskan folks they travel around to other
yes,
places in the country?
yes.
I've seen it. I've seen it. If I
That's
turn on TV, then I automatically go to TLC or
okay.
Discovery or like the History Channel. Like those the only channels I know.
Hallmark,
What is it? No.
Hallmark.
Oh my
Like
gosh, no. That
we
is
were
not
watching Hallmark
me.
movies. We were watching
I
Hallmark
can't
movies
like
last night.
watch something or listen to something unless I'm learning. Like I don't read stuff
Okay.
unless I'm learning something. I'm not really into entertainment as far as like sometimes don't get me wrong, I do consume so much reseller content because I want to support my friends, as Josh would say, Harry Tornado. So I want to support all you guys and I try to watch everyone's videos. And so sometimes I'm just like, okay, I have to look at anything that's not reselling and I will find anything that's just like some funny stand up or anything on YouTube and just like veg out on that for a minute or have that in the background or like I'll play music from like a music box or something just to get my mind away from it because it's like I consume a lot of it.
Yeah, we're real limited out here as far as like networking stuff goes. So
What do you
yeah,
think about this, Chase? Consider
consider revive.
revising your listings before running a sale.
So we run app. If I was to pull up my channel, my one of our accounts right now, we literally run a sale scheduled all the way out to the end of like the middle of next year. So it's always random to me. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. It's like I just schedule it and it just runs. And so but
Nice.
yeah, like with this 50% sale, we did go in and we did you know, like look at the prices. Like a lot of our DVDs are like $9 and something, right? And that's free shipping. We run free shipping on everything. So for us to do this sell, like I've got to look at it like, how can I do this and not eat the shipping cost? And so like there were some things we did add a one in front of, but at 50%, it's still below what it was initially listed as. So you have to be smart. I mean, you can't go into it being completely crazy like I am, but
So, can you tell everybody, like, did you just go in and bulk edit all your listings and do calculated shipping?
yeah, I did, and I realized there was like 130 that are free shipping. Like I just shipped out. It's actually over there on that wall. I don't know if you guys even see it. We just shipped out a paint sprayer to California, and I was like, oh man. Part of me wanted to be like, who's the one who said? Anyway, part of me was like, yeah, I want to be kind of cancel this order because they paid $80 for it. It was a brand new paint sprayer. It's like retail was like $250 something, and I had it marked way below that. Well, anyway, it ended up selling, but it still said free shipping, and so I was like, yo, let's go to California. But luckily, it was only $20 to ship, and because I bought it in wholesale, I probably only had like $10-15 into it.
Wow.
So there was still more than enough profit to make, but it was not where I wanted it to be.
Yeah, it wasn't what you were anticipating to begin with. And yeah, I know sometimes when you cover, like you still make a profit, but then you're like, yeah, but it wasn't the profit that it could have been.
It wasn't what you wanted it.
Yeah,
like what it could have been. There you go.
You guys check out My Boring Reseller Life. It's not a boring channel at all. He's super, super real and honest, and he sings when people buy bundles. I'm not going to ruin it for you and try to sing the songs, but he'll be like, okay, I'm going to try to sing it. Are you ready for a 2 cassette tape bundle?
I love it. I love people like that. I love people who can be just like the world sometimes can just suck. So I love people that could just bring that energy in.
And Meth Flips wants to know the verse on my board. Let me tell you, I haven't changed my verse in a little while. It still says, I can rotate you guys. The Lord is within her. She will not fail.
There you go.
It's still the same, but it's still true today as the day I put it up there. This table, I could spin you guys around and give you a 360 view of my office. Right?
What do you have this on? Like a Lazy Susan? What do you call those?
Is it a lazy? It's this vintage table that looks like it's from the 50s, but it's not. It's like a tall cafe style table and it spins.
That's cool.
It's just cool. There's chairs that go with it too, but I needed something that was going to be this height in this space. But yeah, I'm glad that you guys. Nick said that he just got YouTube Premium because it was so much better than everything else, and I could download videos to watch without connected to the internet. Oh, that's cool. Also, I can hear the audio of a video I'm watching when I lock my phone. That would be reason enough to get YouTube Premium, especially listening to music. Yeah. Did Lego Joker say that? No. It's out of Psalms. So David said that, inspired by God. And this Lego Joker was hand drawn by a friend of mine's son. I don't know. I don't know if I can get it off the wall without. Okay, I can. Let me show you guys this.
That's awesome.
It's incredible. So Bryden Moore drew this for me, and he's also the kid, I say kid, he's 15, that did the beatbox for my intro music on my YouTube channel. So
yeah, I did notice that the other day. I was like, oh snap.
Do you love it? That's custom beatbox music.
I was like, this is pretty I thought it was your son that did it. I was like, dang.
No, Della doesn't beatbox, but Bryden is a friend of his and they run cross country together. They're not in the same grade, although they're the same age. Della started school a little bit early, but yeah, Bryden's super talented. Bartermania is here. Hello. I love to see that clover. I don't know why it's not a 4-leaf clover though. You'd think, bring a little bit of luck.
He's got to keep the 4-leaf for himself. That's what it is,
I guess. I'm speaking of my son, and speaking of 4-leaf clovers, Dello is the type of person that, like, maybe someone like this in your life. I know 2 people like this. Could be walking through a yard and look down and find a 4-leaf clover and just pick it up. Do you know anybody like that?
Yeah, I wish. I need their kind of luck.
Oh my gosh, it's Dello. It's my son Dello, and I'm kidding you not, Chase. He has never played a claw machine and not won.
Yeah, we need he needs to come to South Georgia. We're gonna fly him
I
out.
guess I don't know. He's pretty great. They're all throwing clovers in the, in the chat here. My husband's got, oh, he's got a four
There's
leaf
a
clover.
four leaf. Yeah, Drew's got a four
Ooh,
leaf.
fancy. Why is it a three leaf clover Bartermania? I mean, you can't change it now, but I just wondered if there's a reason behind it. Why
I
is
wonder
it
if
that
it's
everything sells is on the opposite coast? Isn't that the truth? I'm in the middle. All you folks on the coast buying all my stuff. 8 out of my 10 items shipped today. We're going to the East Coast. I'm in Vegas. I see East Coast sellers shipping lots of West Coast. I guess because they can't find it where they're at, so they got to go online.
the
And
prices.
my husband's so goofy. I got you, boo. Chase, I feel like you and Maddie probably talk to each other like that as well.
Yep.
Clearly the MVP tonight with that speed. Yeah, I don't know if you're talking about Jennifer or about Drew, but they're both pretty MVP status. I've never seen any clovers growing here in Atlanta. Really?
I don't know. Piedmont was it Piedmont Park? Might find some there.
Wow. I mean, if you don't eradicate them, they take over your entire yard here. And in our side yard, like the side of our yard where our garden and everything is, violets take over the entire hill. So in the early spring, it's all purple flowers. It's like a carpet of
Oh,
purple
that'd be
flowers.
pretty. That'd be
It is
gorgeous.
pretty. I'm like, I'm not even mad at that. I'm not even gonna spray weed killer. Like, who would kill off a carpet of violets? No offense to California, but I want to block them from buying. Yeah.
I swear. Yeah, I'm in the same boat, man. Nick, and I could probably say like 52% of all of our sales go to California.
Oh my
And the
gosh.
funny thing was like, so this item itself it's already 50% off. And the guy was like hitting me with like a $50 offer. And so like I kindly declined and let him know a note. It was like, hey man, look, this is already 50% off and it's free shipping. So then he hits me with $60. Don't you love it when they do that? They counter with $10 more, but you're like, it's still 50% off. Like, did you not get that point?
That
And
was
so
really kind of them.
I declined again, and like 10 minutes later he purchased, and I was like, sometimes you have to stick with your guns, but then I was like, dang, did I really still want this to go through? But I shipped it. I said
Yeah.
this is why I do this. So
Are we talking clovers or Californians? No, Nikki Love Snacks is a Californian, but she's Northern California. And so all you California folks are welcome here, but it's a different place. So speaking of Nick, let me tell you about my good thing. Okay. Because it ends up tying in with something he found recently. If you guys don't know, Nick is in the same town as I am, and I recently discovered that he's a reseller. And so I sold an Alf cookie jar, which was super, super cool. I bought it for like $10 or $15 at our one and only thrift store in town. And I listed it at like 109, I think, plus shipping. I ended up dropping it. Well, I sold it today for $89, 85 or $89 plus shipping. And here's why it's a good thing. Not because I sold the cookie jar. Someone in Detroit, Michigan bought it and they were willing to pay like 40 some odd dollars in shipping. Because I had
yeah, that's a
calculated.
win. That's a
Yes,
win.
I calculated shipping. I had FedEx on. I had it in like a huge box, because I know that to ship this cookie jar, like it's all the way over there. I'd show you.
Okay, I was gonna say like how
Distance
big
runner,
is
but
it?
I'm not walking over there. Anyway, this thing is like in 2 pieces. It's gonna be a beast to ship it. I'm gonna have to go buy a mattress pad for it. Yeah,
Is it his
it's like,
full body or just his head?
yes. No, it's his full body.
His full body.
Yes, and his head like comes off. And
That's
so I'm
awesome.
just like, yay for eBay buyers that will pay shipping. That is my good today. eBay buyers that realize that shipping really isn't free. That when someone says free shipping, it's not free. USPS does not just waive the shipping cost. Someone is paying that for you. And that's probably part of why I don't like the Amazon bin stores and stuff, is because I can't compete with some of those websites that, when they get it straight from China and it's 72
Oh yeah.
cents with free shipping. I'm like, how? The
Yep.
envelope that you put in had to have cost more than the 72 cents that I just bought
Yeah.
this entire item and got it shipped.
And
But my good
I was gonna
is,
I was gonna say like, and see, we're crazy. Like when I say everything in our store is usually free shipping, I mean that. Like even things that you know that way over the 3 pound limit, which usually that's when people would say, hey, I'm gonna do a flat rate. I'm gonna start charging shipping anything over 3 pounds. We will still just do it as free shipping. And so
yeah.
we have like our own little process that works for us. and we continue to try to grow on that. But we do free shipping on everything, and like sometimes sometimes we get pretty close to eating dirt. But
Right.
so far we've been able to, like I said, it just comes down to, and I live at an Amazon bin store. Like we have one in our town, and like a couple others like 40, 50 minutes away from us. But like ours does really good, like as far as like fill a bag days, or like I don't know if you guys watch, like I know you watch Prison Dante over Prison Profit, but like, or even Josh, Harry Tornado, used to go to, that used to be his like bread and butter too, was
Yeah.
going to bin stores.
And that one that
And
he's near has like overturned several times. Nashville Flippers, like that is their primary sourcing, and they find crazy good stuff like you do.
yeah, and especially if you go in with the mindset of looking for things with a high sell through rate, like I find myself having more of an issue with trying not to buy stuff for me. Does anybody else have that problem? Like you go thrift, you go to yard sales, and you're like, I really want to use this. Like I like this, and then
Yeah, that's
you get
true. That kind of happened with the estate sale today. Yeah, I was finding a lot of stuff, but I really only bought like two things, maybe three things that were for me out of 107 items. So I feel like I did pretty well. Um, so the reason why I said that my good thing being the Alf cookie jar and buyers actually want to pay for shipping. And I mentioned Nick before. You guys have to know how this ties into Nick. So I have to tell you, this maybe it was this past week. I feel like maybe it was last week. Anyway, Nick messages me and says, Rachel, I was at our one and only thrift store, the same place I found the Alf cookie jar, by the way. He's like, they brought out these Alf comic books. He said they were $5 a piece and they were up at the case. And he doesn't get very good services. He has Verizon, and that's not, I think he has Verizon. That's not good service around here, not in the
okay.
building that he's in. He's like, I just don't get service there. I was only able to look up one, but he happened to look up the one most expensive Alf comic book you will ever find. This thing has multiple sales near $200. And I'm going to leave you guys to your own devices that you can type in Alf Comics and you can go to sold and filter highest to lowest, or you could type in Alf Comic Books controversial cover.
Oh
Okay,
gosh,
this is cover art that they did not intend to be inappropriate. All
I've
right.
got to see it now. Is this
But
like the Nirvana, like the Nirvana cover, the album cover with the
it's
the swimming kid?
no, it's its own level of inappropriate. It's an Alf comic book, like I say. And he ended up listing it. Nick listed his over $500. He was like, it's in perfect condition. So no, he's not eating a cat on the cover. It's an interesting cover. And there are, like I say, multiple sales over $200 or near $200 on this one comic book. And so when I was in the thrift store later on, like a few days later, I heard them say, did someone buy those Alf comic books? He's laughing because he saw the cover. How did that get by the editors? I don't know.
I don't
This is a
know.
family show, so I'm not going to put it up. But if you guys want to look it up, you can. But anyway, so I was like, my ears perked up because he just sent me comps on this, and the guy brings out 60 more because I was like, what all comic books do you have? I looked through every one of those to see if that same issue was in there because Nick had already like given me a heads up, but guys, I didn't find it. I did find the first issue, which is worth like some of them like 50 and some of them to $70, and I found three of those.
This one's graded at 9.6, and it sold for 700. So like,
Of,
I mean, most of
of the
these are not
controversial
graded.
one.
Yeah, most of these are not graded, and the ones that are graded are like 300 plus. So like,
Nick, maybe
yeah,
you should get yours
that's a
graded.
really great find, man. You should get that. You should pay the 80 or $60 and let that sucker get
He
graded.
found that for $5. And so since
That's
it tied
awesome.
I know, since it tied in so much, MF Flip says I just looked it up. And Trevor's like, gotta go look this up. Okay, just saw it. I don't, guys. Aaron says I'm not gonna look. You do it
Yeah,
at
he's
your
like,
own discretion, but it's not terrible. But
no,
I didn't
it's not.
I didn't understand it, and I definitely didn't understand how anyone like it's one of those moments when you see like if you've ever watched the videos about toys, like how did this make it past the final cutting room floor? Why who thought this was appropriate type of thing? And like there's a Tarzan toy that I know is really popular, for who thought this was a good idea. And it's not until you step back that you're like,
Yep.
oh, Yeah.
Have you seen
Um,
Turdy the turtle?
yeah, there's a seal in there, Carla. Okay, I'm
Ha-
back and informed. Okay, now that everyone's on the same page, we all know that Nick found this epic comic book. And I bet you when he picked it up, he didn't think it was inappropriate. He was probably just like, cool,
No.
Alf. And he just picked up all of them. Yes, it's Alf Comic 48. So
There you
yeah, I
go.
think
48.
Nick's is listed at like 500 and something dollars. I hope he gets that, but I'm kind of with Chase. Maybe you should pay to get it graded.
I'd get it graded and then reassess it and list high.
Have you
Like
ever
I
gotten
know that I
anything
know
graded, Chase?
I have cards, even old like Halo games and stuff like that. I feel like, if you can trust that the postal service will get it there. That's usually been my issue. If you can trust that they'll get it there, and they'll get it back to you. We'll talk about that in a minute. But
Yeah,
if everything goes smoothly, sometimes it really does add to the value, even if it's graded low. Because I guess it just, to some people at this point, it's in plexiglass. It just has some kind of like symbolic meaning. It's a little bit of sentimental feeling to it. And that comic, I mean, have you seen the commercials for Turdy the turtle?
I don't think so. Is that something I should look up later too?
You can find it at Walmart right now. I mean, it's literally a turtle who poops. That's it. And they
Oh,
called him Turdy the turtle, and I'm sitting here going, like, should this be in Walmart? Like, is
I
this for
think they
kids?
meant that one. There's a like a little
Yeah,
dog game that does that same type of thing, and I don't understand. I have a 5-year-old. You have young kids. You know
yeah.
anything that has to do with bodily functions is just hilarious to
It's
them.
it's funny. Yeah.
They think it
There's
is
just
just the funniest thing ever. Nick says, I thought about getting it graded, but for $5, I'll sit for a while and take the first $200 plus offer. So if you guys want to buy
oh,
it for $200 and then go get it graded, Nick is
they go
telling
get it graded.
you all
Hey,
you got to
yeah,
do is
hey,
buy it off of him.
because I don't have access to as many flea markets and yard sales, sometimes I do flip stuff off eBay.
Jesse, it's not too bad. You could look it up. I mean, I've seen it and I've
Yeah,
obviously
no,
shown it
it's
to
not.
people. I just felt like if you guys wanted that, if I didn't show it to you, you could look it up if you wanted to, and if you not. But I mean, I feel like you should. That way, if you ever see it, you'll know
Nick's
to
like
pick it
Nick's
up.
like Nick's like buy it. He's like,
I
hey man,
don't
just get
feel
it.
he's like offering me $200. I don't feel bad telling you to go look it up because I genuinely don't think they meant it to be offensive. If it was meant to be
No,
offensive, I would be like, no, we're not even talking about it. But it's just one of those
yeah,
things that accidentally made it past the editors, and
this
now it's
yeah
worth
this was
money. Yeah.
which
So
when did Alf like stop? Like this is like
these
what was the
comics were
show?
made in 84. And
Okay,
so a lot of the Alf stuff's like 84, 85. It couldn't have been that long of a running show.
what's the show that goes like not your mama, not the
The
mama,
dinosaurs.
dinosaurs? Yeah, like that's the stuff I grew up watching. I just can't
Yeah.
remember. Like I've seen maybe 2 or 3 episodes of Alf.
Yeah. And he always wanted to eat the cats and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you because I was born in 85. So most of the Alf have seen is reruns because I wouldn't have
Yeah.
remembered any of it from 85. I hated Alf so much, Travis says. But yeah, I'm basically telling you guys to go to Nick's store and buy this and get it graded and make like $500 overnight if you'd like to. I mean, we're talking about hot deals here. Alf aired September 22nd, 1986. I was totally wrong, to March 24th, 1990. So I was 5. I was turning 5 the year that it was off. Hmm. Okay. And you still weren't born. What year were you born in? 2002?
93. 2010. No, what?
I'm just kidding.
Don't put me in that classification, please.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Um,
93.
so yeah, that's some pretty good stuff that we had going on. MF Flips with his Air Force Ones, and you with your 50% off sale, which is proving to be fruitful for your store. Me selling to buyers that want to pay for shipping. So yeah, everything's been going pretty good for us on eBay, but I know it's not all sunshine and roses. So now, listen, Chase, when we talk about the bad, we like to talk about things that weren't a total wash. Maybe you were able to salvage something from it. And along with salvaging something, you can teach us something because,
Yeah,
like, this on this show, we got to learn.
right.
What was something bad that has happened on eBay? Hopefully this week, but if not, recently, anything bad that's
Well,
happened.
this this month alone has been kind of like bumpy. We scaled like this one channel, our public social channel. We try to be as open as we can with that one account. Like in 90 days, it's hit 23K. So that's a blessing all of its own.
Yeah,
And so like to see that hit that in a 90-day mark was like,
that's
wow,
incredible.
that's awesome.
We
And
should
so
have
like
led with
now,
that at the beginning of the show, and then people would have
yeah,
kept tuning in. They'd be like, "I can learn from this kid." I'm just kidding.
yeah, he's done something. No, I just, I came in like, I've been so hesitant with YouTube and other markets. Like I don't even cross list because I'm so
At
laser
all, you're
focused.
just eBay.
No, I just do eBay. And I know I'm kicking myself in the butt because of it, because at the end of the day, like we know, like Instagram a few weeks ago completely went dark. Keep politics out of everything, but it went completely dark. So what if there was a chance eBay shut down for a day? Like how much money could you lose because of that? So
Mhm.
it's opened my eyes to a lot of things. But yeah, no. So with that account, because we are scaling so crazy and it's all wholesale and Amazon, um, we've run into a lot of things. Like we've had FedEx. I did a video for a Halloween special, a reseller's worst nightmare. Um, I was joking with Ryan the other day from Rally Roots. I was like, "Hey man, I like how you stole my title," but because he had a reseller's worst nightmare as well with a scam
Yeah.
issue. Um, but no, I had like $8,000 worth of inventory sitting at a Dollar General, which was the approved drop-off location. So basically, it's just a I think everybody knows what a Dollar General is, right? They're
Mhm.
worldwide. Okay,
Yeah, I think so. They're
so
every 5 miles.
yeah, there you go. They see a field and they're like, "We're going to put it here." Um,
Looks like a good place
and
for a DG.
there you go.
Or
And
3.
so, I dropped off all the items, and these items are sold from anywhere from like $1,300 to 2,400, and it was anything from computers to just crazy liquidated items. And so I had found out like a week later that none of these items had moved, and so I'm over here getting disappointed. Like, the what's going on? I chose 2-day express because again, I do free shipping on everything. So because these buyers had, you know, purchased an item for this amount, I said, let's reward the buyer and let's do 2-day shipping. Well, 2 days ended up turning into 2.5 weeks. And so I ended up having a big issue with FedEx and just completely hated or very strongly disliked their customer service, yada yada yada. If anybody works for FedEx, nothing against you at all. I mean, you do you. Um, but I said, I made a firm stance in my business that I'm not going to use FedEx no more, and I'm only going to use UPS. I mean, it got to the point I was watching a FedEx driver in a U-Haul. Like, I guess they're so short on materials
Mhm.
right now, they had to purchase U-Haul trucks
Yeah, I'm surprised
to
they
to
don't
or
just go rent a car for the day.
yeah, it was just insane. And so we only use UPS now. And so this week our fun joy has been try to try to put it all together. Um, what has been this week? This week was fun. Um, I had a buyer purchase a MacBook Air, and it was delivered on the 19th by UPS, signature confirmation, insurance, and the buyer had one last name, but the person who signed for the item had a different last name. And it got to the point where eBay, people have to understand this. You have to understand this. eBay is going to support the buyer because they have to build trust in the community. They
Yep.
have to. Like eBay has gotten such a bad rep over the years for buyers. You remember when you used to shop on eBay back in the day, like it was a shaky platform. And there's still folks today, like my grandparents would never purchase anything on eBay. And I'm just like,
Mm.
why? You won't purchase from me? And so so they go above and beyond to support the buyer in that case. Well, in this case, the buyer was requested to submit a police report. Well, hey, you know, 8 years of law enforcement. I'm like,
Because you
okay.
skipped an important detail because they
Oh,
messaged you.
oh yeah, okay, yeah. So they messaged me basically stating that the box arrived empty, and I'm like, so you're telling me a sealed MacBook Air somehow, disappeared?
Are
Was
you
the
guys hearing
box
this? This
empty?
$900 laptop that he sold, the buyer messages him and says, I got an empty box.
3 days later, by the way, 3 days later, we're in the middle of Burger King, and I get this message, and I'm just like, not today, devil, Satan, you can back off. And so, so we were already having other things going on, and so they're like, it's an empty box, and that was really it. It was like a 2-line sentence, and that was it. And I was just like,
What
that
do I do
no,
now?
no, that's yeah. What can I do? Like, yeah, I'm calling BS on this. So I respond back to the buyer, and usually I'm really lenient. Usually, like I'm over courteous, and I'll give multiple
Mm,
options and be like, "Hey, thank you for letting us know. We apologize for this huge inconvenience." And I go really try to go above and beyond because I really strive to maintain top rated. Sorry, and no, not on this buyer. This buyer, I kind of was just like, "Hey, listen. First of all, let's get some clarification because your sentence didn't make any sense to me. Did the item itself sealed arrive? You opened it up and it was just missing because we're not talking like super heavy computer. The air is pretty light,
mhm,
but or are you saying that the box itself, the shipping box, arrived empty because UPS hand delivered this to someone and they signed
mhm.
for it? So like
Yeah, because
that's a
anything over $750 on eBay, you have to have
you
signature
have to have a
confirmation.
signature, and so like you're talking a gut check because on this item itself, this was actually an item I picked up at the bin store, and I paid I think 45 or 50% off of the retail value. So I had like 380, $400 into this item. Some people are even like, hey, look, I won't do 50-50. Me, I look at that as like 50% profit.
Yeah.
And so, but I still had like a chunk of change invested in this product. And so eBay, I reach out to eBay on Monday and I'm like, hey, eBay, mm, this is not adding up. What's going on here? And so they gave the buyer 5 days to submit documentation supporting what they're saying. Well, 2 hours after I got off the phone with eBay, this buyer submitted a police report. And so I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, I've worked municipality, worked as a deputy. I mean, I've kind of toted myself around to the different, brackets in law enforcement. So I asked eBay, like, hey, can you send me a copy of that police report? Because obviously they would not because they don't want to share information between us buyer sellers. I was like, cool, it's public information. I'll just reach out to the police department. And that's what I did. I reached out to that police department in that part of, and by the way, this is in Georgia. So this is the law that I know. I
Right.
may not know federal law, but I know Georgia law. And so like I reach out and I'm like, hey, can I get a copy of this police report? It was filed in between these dates, and this is the person's name. Well, we go by address, and that person doesn't live there. There's no recollection of a report ever being filed by that person's name. But the people who
So
live
the
at this address
like if you guys are
have a
following along, the report that they submitted to eBay, the report that the buyer submitted was fake. They
that's
submitted
fraudulent all
a
day long.
fake police report.
Yeah. And so, at this point, I'm over here like, okay, cool. So we have falsifying documentation, theft by deception. I'm like, I'm going off. Like, what's going? Like, this sucks. Like, the bigger issue that I was dealing with was is eBay was not going to back me up. At this point, they done stamped the approval and denied the appeal based on a police report that was submitted. And so I had to fight really hard, and I'm gonna try my best to explain this in a video for folks, to really show what you can do as a seller. Like
Yeah.
don't just think, oh, I got to cut my losses. Business is business, and it is. Like I mean, you make 24K in 90 days. You're kind of gross. Your business is business. You're gonna
Mhm.
expect to get kicked in the foot every once in a while,
Yeah.
but
Good point.
like you shouldn't have to expect that. You know
Right.
what
And
I'm
there's
saying?
some things that you have
Buyers,
to like you have to pump the brakes sometimes. You're talking about a
yeah.
$900 sale and you're talking about knowing that someone scammed you. Like
Oh
it
yeah.
is personal.
And so it went as far as like now I've got an ongoing investigation going as far as because the folks who purchased this item have an extensive track record from this address, police report, police report, police report, for the last 5 years, and the name has never changed. So the funny thing was is people folks who want to do wrong to others are not always the smartest. Okay, they think they
Yeah.
are, but they're not. They're
And they
gonna.
probably don't
It's just.
expect
It's just.
you to have any knowledge either.
As there you go. And so, well, the issue that I ran into is the person who signed for this item from UPS shares the same last name as all the police reports, but not as the buyer. Let's go this. Let's even do this. The eBay account itself is only 2 weeks old. That was their first purchase. How many people just create an eBay account to buy $1,000 item?
Right.
Not many. Like, I mean, if you really are like, hey, this is a good price, like we've transitioned into the mindset of moving forward, we will never buy anything on lease, we'll never buy anything on credit. Like we will really, 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 really try to pay it off in full. Like
Mhm.
go ahead and just if you don't have it, then it's something we don't need right now. Like
Right.
God,
Especially like
God
the
doesn't want us to
24K
have it.
90 day. I mean.
So, yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's like I came out of the military. These guys would stop us in the mall in Columbus and Fort Stewart and be like, "Hey, man, it's Mother's Day. You got your mama something yet?" And they would just hound us. But it's just like I've had to learn. Like this is some. Let's peel back a layer. I've been on bankruptcy. Okay, so like I had to learn the hard way, and so like we've come a really like I've come a really long way. My wife is, she just puts up with me. But the no, so like eBay again is going to support the buyer. But when I've
Mhm.
submitted all of this data, and it's like, hey, like first of all, they gave y'all a fake police report. Um, eBay still was not having it. Like they were thank you, Cha-Ching King. And so like, but eBay was not having it. And so it was disappointing because like I've got four accounts. Like we've done really good numbers and we've paid
Mhm.
a lot of money in fees.
Yeah.
And
I
so it's
mean, you're
like,
talking
like
about gross over six figures on eBay.
yeah,
And for them to just kind of be like, oh, well, that's all fine and good, Chase. It's the cost of doing business, and we're going to side with the buyer. Like, so my advice to Chase over this past week has been you could probably put this out as YouTube content and make
yeah,
more there educating people free to the eBay reseller, and you will make more off of the ad revenue than what these people scammed you out of. And hopefully it
for
doesn't
sure.
die. Like, I don't want it to die with them scamming you, and I'm interested to know exactly like every step you take to ensure that they don't get away with it, because I feel like you're
We're
going
gonna
to.
Yeah, we're gonna do a video. Like I left law enforcement. Like it's too close to the holidays, too close to the Christmas season. There's folks that are getting on eBay. Like there's folks who are watching this right now and are wanting to just do part time. Like let's make a couple of extra $100 every month. Like don't let this deter you from starting an eBay account. It just like this is one of those things that just
Where are you at currently right now on all of us? Hi, Leanne. Also, I wanted to say hi to her. She just jumped in. Glad to see her
so
here.
eBay's backtracking. eBay is backtracked because I did stick to my guns and did say, hey, look, I've got not just one police report, I've got two different counties working on this. Everything that you guys have done, I understand. But if I don't get some, like, I had to kind of like put my foot in the ground and say, and stomp a little. I had to get on eBay for Business on Facebook. I had to talk to multiple reps. Sometimes you
So
have
you're
to
like
get off the
tapping
phone.
every resource that
Oh,
you have
yeah.
as far as communication. If one person tells you no, that doesn't mean it's a definite no that nobody's ever going to tell you yes, right?
Right. Well, the big thing is like you have to understand sometimes things are textbook, like as far as eBay goes. Like
Mm-hmm.
so, like even trying to get eBay to call you is difficult sometimes. Like you
Yeah.
have to go into help and like unless
Mm-hmm.
you've been in this game a little bit, like you have to know how to click around and find how to get somebody to call you because you can't just call eBay anymore. And so now I don't pay for a concierge service, which is something that we're seriously considering now that we've hit the numbers that we've hit
Mm-hmm.
on multiple counts. We're kind of like, I was talking to some other people here recently. It's like, what does the concierge service look like?
The concierge
It
service comes with an anchor store subscription, right?
it is yeah, you have to have an anchor. So it is $299 a month. I'm not trying to plug it for folks out there. That's
Mm-hmm.
a chunk of change. But we
Yeah, it
do have
is.
we're an LLC now. And so like I look at that as a business expense. I don't know
Yeah.
much about taxes, but that'll be a
That would be
write-off.
like second only to my mortgage as far as like
Yeah,
my that would be my second highest
there
bill
you
other
go.
than my mortgage.
Other than my phone bill. Yeah. So I've been asking is like, what does the concierge service look like? Is it beneficial to have? You
That would
know,
be like a
it
whole video all in of itself, Chase. You
we're
could like
gonna yeah, I didn't get into YouTube to, I'm not gonna make a course. I say that, we're not gonna make a course.
don't make a
I
course,
say
make
I
it
say
free.
that because I say that because I know that. We're not gonna make a course. I didn't get on YouTube to make money. I don't have 1,000 subscribers, and even if I did, it'd be great. I'd love it, but I really just want to track my own growth.
That's
but I
interesting.
focus. Go ahead.
I've never seen that as a reason for being on YouTube. That's interesting. I like that. Like it's a way for you to track yourself. Like my reasoning, I'm with you. I'm not going to make a course. I can say that it's not going to happen. And I swear, if I try to put out a course, if y'all don't stop me, then you're not true friends, okay? Because I'm not putting out a course. My information is always going to be free because this is how I learned how to resell. Travis said he's sicken you on his next return, and
Yeah.
Derek said that you should be a detective. Shout out to Derek and
From
Jasmine, who
ATL.
also are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Drew's waiting on his cell phone that never got here from 20 years ago.
I'll send you
They
some flip
said
phones.
like, oh, okay. So Nick has a question. I'm sorry. Did you call eBay on the phone and talk to a person? I've had a few problems that have gotten resolved with one phone call. Well, um, it's
Yeah.
not always like a native speaking agent either, which like for
Yeah.
me, I talk with a southern drawl and so does Chase. And so
Oh yeah.
I might be harder to understand than them. You know what I mean?
I,
Like I have a
I
thick
have it on
accent too.
GoPro. I have it. And sorry, Rachel. I'm speaking over you because of lag in
Oh,
service.
you're fine.
Um, the oh, I hear you now. Um, the the thing is sometimes when you do get someone stateside, is exactly how Rachel said. Like I have a draw. Like you have to understand me. I have it on my GoPro, filmed footage of me talking to a rep, the devil intersecting the call, and just like we're out here in the sticks, and so because we're in the country, like out of nowhere, we have the clearest conversation ever, and then they go to ask me what the new tracking number or the new instant number is, and everything just goes fuzzy, and I can't talk to them no more. And then to try to get them back, the same rep on the phone that you
You
just
won't.
spent 40 minutes to
Yep.
talk to tell them what's going on,
And you're
and you're
like,
like,
you
and you
have my
can't
notes from the last rep?
you can't even be mad because like you get the next person on the phone and you're like, if I butcher this, like kill them with kindness. Like if I come at this again, now I'm frustrated. But if I come at them like that, they may not open a door that could have been opened. And so like, but yeah, to answer, I think it was Nick. I've talked to so many reps. I've literally have screenshots of like all the calls because I
I can't
posted
wait
on
for this.
Instagram.
It's going to be like a whole video series about how you end up
Yeah,
resolving this. That's
and we're
a
gonna
really
do
good
one.
reason to subscribe to Chase, you guys. That is a really good reason.
And we're going to do one that shows the buyer, I mean, shows the seller exactly how to charge someone for fraud. Because I think you should know, and it may not, it's going to be very, um, it's going to pertain to Georgia, but I can almost guarantee you that it's gonna cross over to your state as well. Hold on, I gotta change my
Um,
light.
Derek says that you need to make the video because eBay watches our reseller content, whether you realize it or not. And I do believe that because there's just so many like big resellers that get invited to speak at eBay Open or invited into participating into like, making changes on eBay. They have to know who is kind of like running things in our community.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we do have a voice. Like I know eBay can cause us to feel voiceless at times, and like the buyer's the only one that has a voice, but like it's kind of like what Chase said, they have to maintain that they are a good platform to buy on, but at the end of the day, if they didn't have sellers, then there'd be nothing for the buyers to buy.
Yeah.
So I mean they straddle a thin
Yeah.
line there, I
Just
guess.
don't get into the mentality. And I know Rachel, you don't have this mentality, but don't get into the mentality that like you know, look, if we were to build a website tomorrow, how much money would it cost to build a website? How much money in marketing and traffic and all of that? Like Daddy eBay has got us, okay?
Yeah.
Like it may suck sometimes, but like I feel like in the end, eventually, like even with this case, because I've went so hard or stomped the ground so hard, I really feel like it's gonna turn over, and I'll say, you in the background, you're gonna get the Instagram. I'm gonna message
I
you,
know. I want to
but
hear all about it. I promise I won't spoil it
you
until you
know,
get your video out. Cha-chinging, I'm kind of surprised that you don't already have an anchor store because you guys sell a ton.
woo,
My boring reseller life with all the eBay issues, an anchor store is worth it. I call eBay a couple times a week. Okay, so here's speaking from someone who has an
thank
anchor
you.
store.
I need that, yeah.
Good
And some people
information.
find that value. I mean, if you can get somebody on the phone and you have a rep, like I have, because we sell on Amazon. Amazon, I've got a rep through Amazon. Like I call that guy, he calls me and he lets me. He's like, "Hey man, did you intentionally do this?" Like that's the relationship I have with my Amazon rep. And so like, and I don't even know how much I pay for that, to be honest with you.
I
But
appreciate this Cha-Ching King, because if anyone would ever put out a course that I would try to buy, if Harry Tornado ever puts out a YouTube course, I'm buying it.
yeah.
I take like every ounce of criticism, every ounce of like knowledge that I hear Josh put out, because I think he's such a wealth of information. Like, he messaged me today, and I don't feel bad saying this because I just think that I think he looks out for people. He was like, Rachel, I've noticed on a few of your stories that the picture's a little blurry. I'm just gonna say that perhaps you should wipe off your lens first. I was like,
That
Josh,
accountability
it
in
was
this
3
community though,
a.m. Like, do what?
yeah, that accountability is gold. Like
Yeah,
you can't
I
get that
know.
anywhere else.
And like, how, other than like you said, this community is so cool, where am I going to be able to spend a year developing relationships with people that have the massive influence I would someday like to have, that are going to reach out to me personally when I didn't even ask, and be like, hey girl, you could put out something better than that. Like,
And
I
I
think
want to
that's
say this.
amazing.
I want to say this, like there's nothing wrong with the folks who put out courses, because like at the end of the day, your fan following is going to continue to come to you because they like how you teach it. They like how you explain it. They like that's why they subscribe. They love your persona, and they love what they're going to get when they come to your content. And so it's like, um I may have too much of a southern draw, so folks may not be able to understand me without a mic on. And so like they may say, "Hey, I just can't understand this kid."
Yeah, that's
And
true.
but like at the end of the day, and it's not a what do you call that? Imposter syndrome. It's not even
Mhm.
imposter syndrome. Like I know that if I delivered a course, it would be like my eBay top tier. If you delivered a course, it'd be top tier. Like we were very passionate about what we put out there. At the same time though, it's like it's becoming a trend, and that's what I was really getting at. It's becoming a trend where folks are just getting into the community, doing 3 weeks of reselling, and they think they're professionals. There's things that like Miss Angie, I don't know if she's on here from Dayton Valley. She'll
Oh
call
yeah,
me out too. She'll call me, like she will call me, face
that's
video
like,
time me,
that's so
and
golden. When
yeah,
people
she'll
call
like,
me
hey,
out on
you
like typos or anything, I'm like,
she's like,
okay,
you didn't know that what's one she's like, you didn't know that you can block buyers from purchasing from you if they didn't have more than so much feedback. I'm like,
that's what they're
that's
talking
a
about in the
thing?
chat right now.
Oh,
Angelo,
really? It's like that's a thing? It's like, wait a minute. See, and that's a thing. So like I've been in eBay, like full fledged for 2.5 years.
yeah,
Okay.
and you're
I
still
didn't know
learning
that.
stuff.
And still learning. So it's
Yeah,
like,
and
it's
with
just it
multiple stores. Yeah.
now I'm a let's put it this way. Okay, my wife is starting a t-shirt business. She's starting sublimations. She's starting direct to garment, like all that fun stuff, right? Um, tumblers and everything, like because she's passionate about that. That's what she
Mhm.
wants to do. And so like we paid for a course. Okay. You gotta think I went from basic training, that was a course. I went to the police academy, that's
Yeah.
a course. If you went to college, if you went to some kind of schooling or something, you're on YouTube. It's a course. Like what you decide to devote your time in, you want to be efficient and
Mhm.
perform in what you're looking like, you're interested in it. And so so I'm not gonna diss anybody if anyone has a course out there, but is it for me? No.
I'll never do one. My course is always going to be free. It's going to appear 3 times a week. um, Angelo said last month I had a zero feedback buyer open a refund case on a $10 item that the USPS marked as delivered. As soon as I told her that I opened a case with USPS, I lost it. Hang on, let me go back up. She ended the request. Okay, well, that was a zero feedback buyer, and some people are saying, Travis said, how many here have a buyer block on anyone with zero feedback? I don't.
I don't.
My mom said us Southern people can understand everything that each other's saying, but other people can't. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't have a block on zero feedback. I have a block on buyers that with unpaid item cases. I do. Um, And let's see. Yeah, Geneva agrees with you. I hate getting disconnected and having to start all over. I have 2 people blocked, but no idea how much feedback they have. So he has individual people blocked.
He's
I
like, yeah,
do.
you're not buying from me again.
I have a few individual people. Can you post Chase's link? Yeah, I'll post it again. Hang on a second. Let me. I had posted a different link, so it's not on my. Whoops. What do you mean? Oh, it was just there.
It's
Um,
like, let's see.
sorry, go ahead, Chase. I didn't mean to cut you off. You guys can
No,
see
you're
me, but
good.
I'm in
We
another room now. Whoops.
I'm really hoping that the
Someone
thing
else
was is
probably already posted it.
another thing was is like on top of the Mac issue, like eBay was basically saying, hey, you've got to go through UPS. You've got to go through your insurance. You had insurance, right? We hope you had insurance because if you didn't have insurance, well then there's nothing we could do. And I'm just like, what? And so like I go to UPS and UPS even well, like go back to talking about reps on the phone. UPS will tell you that they cannot file a claim for you on the phone. Well, that's a lie. They just say that. The automated services tell you that so that like most things are directed to online now. Like, hey, you have to go online to do this. You have to go online to do this. So I had to call like UPS 3 or 4 times to finally get somebody who I can physically speak to, so I can file a fraudulent claim on UPS. So we also had that going for us as well. Thankfully, I had insurance on the item, but now I'm kind of cross because it's crazy.
That's nuts. I feel like I should touch on what Travis said here. He said, "What's wrong with putting out a course?" So, I'll agree with Chase that overall, probably nothing is wrong with it. The same thing that's wrong with buying stuff on Goodwill and selling it for a profit. Nothing. Not
Yeah,
everyone likes it, but that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. But the reason I am so adamant and passionate, and y'all better pump my brakes if I ever try to, is because I started reselling at a time where I never could have afforded a course.
there you
And
go.
that is why my stuff will always be free, because I
I
could not have afforded, if I had to pay for this information that I gained for free, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be posting my 90-day totals. I wouldn't have a YouTube channel talking about it. Like, it's personal for me just because people freely gave of their knowledge and resources for me to learn this. And if they hadn't, like, I would still be working a different job. I wouldn't have this freedom. I wouldn't be in this office right now. I wouldn't be talking to you. And like, just because I couldn't afford a course. And so I always want to speak to people. I feel like there's so many people that are grasping at straws about, like, how do I start a business with nothing? I have a video on my channel that's how to start a business with $5. Like we were just talking about Harry Tornado. He has videos about how to start with nothing. And that's what I want people to know, that they can. That, like, you can use this scale, okay? Because I got it
the
for
kitchen
$2
scale,
off
yes.
Google. All
Yep.
right. Don't be thinking that you have to start with the fanciest gadget. I tell all the time how my YouTube channel started on this Note 8. Okay. Filming my videos in one take and going to Walmart and walking around for an hour while I uploaded it because their Wi-Fi was fast enough. Start with where you're at. And I'm just
I,
like, but I mean, like I say, there's courses I'd pay for. I just will never post it
yeah,
here because I'm passionate about it. Let's see. Spent
I'm
27
with you
years as
on
an
that.
educator. Personally, like the thought of getting any information I have into the hands of someone who might be able to use it. Yeah, and unwilling to afford it. Yeah, exactly. Same thing. A lot of people I know keep telling me to do a course so they can learn how to resell because they don't want to watch 10 plus videos learning how to resell. I'm thinking about doing local reselling workshops. I thought about that too. Derek, or Jasmine may have posted that for all I know. I thought about, how can I speak to especially like stay-at-home moms, that get sucked
There you
into a
go.
lot of MLMs. And I'm like, well, this is kind of a zero buy cost because you could actually start with selling your kids clothes.
Yep.
When I first looked up picking videos, YouTube took me straight to the banjo players. So funny.
Like I've got videos right now that they're like 6, 7 months old, but it's where I was flipping. I was literally working for Tampa Bay Times, passing newspapers to build up capital to continue to take my day job that I had at the time to pay my bills, but to use the extra income, Uber, DoorDash, like to use the extra income to be able to afford items at Goodwill so I can flip. And that's where I mean that's really where things took off for me.
Cha-Ching King is blocking Drew because I don't know if you heard our most recent way that we're going to buy a car is that Drew's going to start scamming people out of laptops and stuff. But let me tell you, there's that real audio right now on Instagram that's like, tell people about your business or they won't know it exists. Tell people about. And when Chase sent me that he got scammed about this laptop, I was like, wait a minute. I just bought a laptop, Chase. Why
Yep.
didn't you tell me you had some for sale? Like, how did you not know? I was talking about buying a laptop for at least a month before I did it. And here he's got laptops for sale. So y'all don't mind to at least plug your information. Like I spent $1,400 with Dell. I could have supported one of my friends,
Yep.
maybe for less than that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So y'all tell people if you have something you think they want. I don't take it as an attack on them at all. I just can't imagine trying to keep up with it. Yeah, me neither. I can't imagine man, how much he said the other day on the podcast, the Triple Thrift podcast, he said that he had spent like hours, like 2 or 4 hours responding to messages, and didn't even touch the surface of it. I'm like, that's insane. That's hard because he's not going to like hire some social media manager. He wants to still talk to people himself. Most of us are in that situation. Yeah, I think so. Multiple income streams is where it's at. 100%, Travis. Like, tell me
Well,
what ones that you're working with. I think
I was
that's
I was just telling you the other day was that like eBay is a stepping stone for real estate for us. So I mean, like we live in a world that you know you may not have a retirement when you get 65. I mean, I don't know, so it's like
this is my
use
retirement. I could do
yeah,
this the
this
rest of
is
my
my I
life.
just do this the rest of my life. But
Why would I not? Instagram has audio. What I mean is like when you make a reel, you can save the audio that's on other people's reels. You can save that. Instagram, if you guys are like trying to build your Instagram, they're becoming more and more video based. They want to be a video platform. So those of us that are, if you're still just posting pictures, you've got to start edging over into creating reels and creating videos because that's what they want to be. Have an empty laptop box for sale. Apparently Chase did too for $8.97.
it's like, are you the one that bought it?
That's nuts. Courses are fine. Don't understand resentment against it. Don't make the teacher unpure. No, no, I don't. It's just for me personally. I don't want to. I don't want to do it. I love a lot of free education. I guess I'm just into public school. YouTube is a public school for me.
Yeah, yeah. This is our fishing pond. Okay, we're good with it.
LPS says, I'll never retire from reselling. Yeah, I've had people ask me, they're like, okay, so since you guys are both, my husband and I are both self-employed, and they're like, well, what is your retirement plan? I'm like, this is the retirement plan. Like, I could do this the rest of my life. I don't,
Dogecoin. Is that a retirement plan?
what is it?
I
Did
just
you say
said
Dogecoin?
Dogecoin. I was like, Dogecoin, is that a retirement plan?
Yeah, that's according to my husband, it definitely is. You just have, you, Okay, you have just want 5,000. All I need is your account and deposit 500 for your shipping, and then you'll get your winnings. You've just won. Okay, yeah, you've won some money. Zach, what's
I've done
up?
I have done police reports. The one that stands out to me the most is the woman was like 68 years old, and she had a purchase. She purchased 10 $500 Xbox Live gift cards, or Apple. It was Apple, or it was something. They were 500 apiece. She purchased 10 of them. Okay, because the IRS called her, and it's like like people get scammed every day, and you feel so bad for them because they're family to us, you and me. You never know. It's like you find somebody in certain situations, and some of these calls can be pretty convincing. You know, it just the world sometimes.
That's
Made
crazy.
hundreds on empty computer. Hey, actually, I do sell empty boxes, like Apple boxes. I've sold store displays, like tools that don't work at all. They're just a display. Now
Really?
I hope that they're not going to be yeah, like laptop displays that have like the fake picture. People buy them for their kids, like just to have fun with. And so like
Huh.
the tools, I don't know why they buy the tools. I really hope I'm not uh, helping somebody scam somebody out there, but
Oh yeah,
um,
maybe.
yeah, no, I feel like yeah. But with the laptops, they'll just have, you know what I'm talking about, like at Walmart, the fake laptops, and then people buy them
Yeah,
for their
yeah,
kids.
or yeah, that's that like a dummy device. Since Zach Utah and Bought and Gone is in the chat, Zach, if you have like a few words to give us like a little bit of an update on how your $800 ring scam thing is going on, because
Oh,
he had a similar situation as Chase where he mailed an $800 ring and they said, hey, the box arrived empty. And Zach, I know you just got here, but Chase just had the exact same thing happen with a MacBook box, so like a $900 computer. I hate that so much of that is happening and that we're hearing about it more and more, but as the Christmas season approaches, just be on your guard. Some people in the chat earlier mentioned, maybe videotape yourself packing the box. I've heard both sides of the coin, that helps and that doesn't help. I'm not really sure if it would or not, but it couldn't hurt to have that footage of you actually packing the box. I mean, at the end of the
Yeah.
day, they could say, who's to say that that's what you mailed out? Or it may help. It may be the very thing that saves you. And always ensure that your package is insured for the amount of the contents.
We
That's a big
we
thing I
will
would say.
find out because believe it or not, I was doing a pack like how I've been doing a how to ship video. Okay, I've got Uline products all behind me right now. So I did a video and it submitted. I submitted all that in the appeal process, and they still chose to ignore all that.
Wow.
So we'll
WEW is
come out.
here. And WEW, didn't you say that you were going to be doing a YouTube channel here soon and under a different name? Tell me if you are, because we'd love to help plug you there. I can't get my mom to quit talking to those people. Oh, the scammers. They keep trying to get her into her account. She doesn't get it. That just makes me so mad that they take advantage of someone that just doesn't understand. YouTube costs me money at this point in time. LOL, time is money. Yeah, Courtney spends a lot of time on it. Less time to list, so make less on eBay because I'm spending time on YouTube instead of eBay. But I love the YouTube and helping others. I think
It's a
that's how a
balance.
channel is going to grow, is if someone actually loves it.
Yeah, yeah, that's why I said I don't cross list or why I haven't delivered as much content on YouTube as I could is because eBay's the baby. Like eBay is my, you know, life right now. And so it's like it's very difficult. I say kudos to anybody that like especially Bolo Buddies and you and many others that are out there that are documenting their experiences online. Because it's difficult. Like I got 3 kids. Like we can all come up with excuses, but for you guys to be able to
Hmm.
put that content out there and want to do it for the right reasons is like speaks
Yeah.
numbers.
And then, like, if I screw up on something, that's kind of the purpose of this live. And then I can tell you guys about it and what I learned. Zach said, I called and left a voicemail today, so no answer yet. Gonna try again on Monday. So he doesn't have a response yet. But what I was saying, like, if I can tell all you guys, then it's not just one person learning from my mistake. Like 40 or 50 people can learn from my mistake, and 4,200 people can learn from my mistake. That makes a lot more sense. I make good money from thrift storage yard sales. Not as a buyer. I pick up and deliver with my pickup truck. Oh, that's awesome. Fortunately, if they stole every penny my mom has, she'd be out like 15 bucks.
We
So
family.
oh yeah, my dad messaged me and I totally thought that they got him. He's like, they called and told me that I'm locked out of my Wells Fargo or account. And here's a special link to put in all my information. And I'm reading this in text message. And I'm like, Dad, you
Screaming
didn't.
like no.
And he was like, there was a joke in the end of it, but they really did call him with this. But he's like,
Yeah.
"Ugh." I said, Dad, I thought you really did that. I was so worried. Been selling on eBay since 2005, YouTube almost 3 years. Yeah, Courtney's got several channels. She has Bolo Buddies. She has sourcing with Bolo Buddies, and then she has reseller testing. Is it retailer testing inventory or reseller testing? Courtney, tell me what it is. But it's reseller testing products, I think is what it's called. So she has a couple different channels. Had my first $125 sale today. Where has this been all my life? That's awesome. Congratulations. I sold a wrestler. You'd be happy to know. I think it was The Undertaker.
I sold a wrestler today too.
You did?
Hold on. Yeah, I sold it was a 2-pack. Let's see.
Hey, you mentioned earlier your wife doing sublimation. Do you think that she could like give us some merch to give away?
Yes, yes. I'm glad you brought that up. I completely forgot. Uh,
Tell us
yeah,
about it.
so we are kind of like with the courses, we're trying to expand and come up with more than one way to make income, okay? Because you never know, eBay can shut down for a couple of days, God forbid. So we've started doing tumblers, and we've started doing pretty much anything that can be sublimated. So like I'll pull out my daughter's. We made this jacket.
That's so
It's
cool.
a unicorn squad. I don't know
That's
if it's
that's
yeah,
adorable. I saw
and
those on
beard.
Instagram and I thought that was
Yeah.
really cool. It's kind
And
of like a
so
Disney font too.
yeah, we started doing just trying to test out different things and try to get better at it. Like this one actually was just prototype because on one side of it you can see the
Wow.
detail see the detail on that one. Not skulls are not for everybody, but then on the back of this one, so it's like we're trying different like fonts and gamma, and so we're getting there. But we want to do I want to give away like 5 of these, and so it doesn't have to be a
Awesome.
skull because our actual logo itself is on Instagram, but we're having issues right now converting that and digitizing that, and so we're gonna get there. We're figuring that out. But yeah, I want to give out some of these, and we can,
Let's
you know,
let's
in
give
this,
some of them away.
yeah,
I have a fun way that we can give away the first one
okay,
because it's a game that we've played on this channel for a while. Travis said sublimation. I don't think that word means what you think it means. That's a beautiful Princess Diary or Princess Diary. Gosh, what is it? Princess Bride quote. I think that I think sublimation is the word I'm looking for though. But okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I want you to think, Chase,
okay,
about the coolest sale that you had or the best pickup that you had this week. Okay. Don't say it out
okay.
loud. Just tell us, don't tell us what it is. Just think about it in your mind, either the coolest thing you picked up or the best sale that you had. It could be either one. Okay. Do you have a pencil and a piece of paper nearby or a pen and a piece of paper?
Let's go.
Rip out a little piece of paper. I have that same little journal. Rip that out.
Okay.
You guys in the chat, get ready, okay? Because someone's about to win one of these dreaming on a budget shirts. I kind of wish I could win one of those. That's pretty cool. I'd support your channel and live videos and stuff.
All right. I've got my
Okay.
golden pen.
Oh, I have that same pen too. What are we shopping all the same stores?
Dollar
Are you in my
Tree.
living room?
Yeah, Dollar Tree.
Golly. Okay, they know how this game works already, Chase. Put the paper on top of your head.
I got to write it down first, right?
No. Put the
Oh,
paper on top of your head.
empty.
On top of your head.
Oh. Follow
Okay.
instructions.
I need you to draw a picture of the item that you're thinking
Oh
of.
Lord. Okay.
I love to see the reaction on the guest face. If you guys would just watch the live, you would know that this is coming, okay?
Let's see.
And someone,
Okay.
the first person, after you draw it, the first person to guess it when you show it to us is going to win that t-shirt. So, okay, he's drawing a picture, guys. Is everyone ready? Are you at the keyboard, or do you have the chat log pulled up there? Because he's drawing either the best thing he sourced or the best thing he sold. It could be either one. He's gonna draw a picture of this. He's already flipped it over. He's already screwed up the first side. Let's see. His face when you told him to draw. Yeah, Kimmy. People get surprised. I remember last week when I told Zach to put it on top of his head. He was like,
I really hope this looks like.
Okay, are you ready?
I haven't had it. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, show them the picture. Get really close because we're gonna have to let it. That is, I want to say what I.
Oh, it actually turned out better than I thought it was.
Okay, the first person. Okay, we got skull, hat, pants, shirt. You guys keep going. They're thinking about it. Just hold it up there. Let them really Alf in the field. We're gonna guess what this is. A book. It was a book last week. Sink, refrigerator. Let's see. A bucket.
Nope.
I can tell you what I think it looks like. Yes. Aaron says a lighter.
A lighter?
I thought it looked like a Zippo lighter.
A Zippo. Yeah, no, that's not it.
A horse, a stereo. My mom says lighter too. Lemonade stand, shower.
No.
A dryer.
There you go. That's how the orientation's supposed to be. So that's what you're supposed to see.
And you think this looks good, right?
I mean, I can fix it here. Okay. I'll fix it.
No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Give him a few more seconds as it is. He's already fixed it. Go ahead. Put it up there. He's giving us a hint now. Show it. Show us the hint. Now that you've cleared it up, it's
yeah. I was gonna say all I'm gonna do is connect it.
Washer, a desk, a box. It's not easy for them. This is so good. A dishwasher.
It's not easy for me. It's not. That's actually really close. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm saying that's what it looks like.
For a bumblebee.
I promise you, every one of you have one of these, or not.
Derek said you can't draw. Okay.
Yeah, bro, I can't draw it off.
A box, a desk, a washer, PS3, sleeping bag, pillow, laptop, bed, sleeping bag, bed, Nintendo DS, skirt, bed, refrigerator. What kind of hint is that?
I know.
Pope ephemera. Is it Pope ephemera?
Oh, Jesse Shops.
Where's Jesse
We
at? Which one that Jesse
okay.
said?
She
A
said a
phone?
phone. Yeah. So we saw. Okay. So after our one
Wait, is
bad
that the
experience with
I
Apple,
thought you poked a hole in the paper. You're saying that little dot was supposed to be there? That was
that
the
was that
camera?
was that was the lens.
I thought you poked a hole in the paper. Who else thought that he ruined paper? Cha-ching King says ruined paper.
Yeah.
Jesse
No.
won
So
this
that's what I.
T-shirt.
Yeah. So Jesse, you've got
You
to
couldn't
hit me
have
up on.
given the T-shirt to a better person because
I know
she's
that's
gonna wear your
awesome.
T-shirt and rock it on Instagram and
That's
show
awesome. She's
everybody.
got to hit me up on Instagram with your with the size. I will send you we'll send you some different color options and stuff, and then you can hit us with your size, and we'll get that to you in your address or PO
I'm
box.
pretty sure Jesse is
That's
like
awesome.
Jesse
I love
dot
Jesse.
shops on Instagram. You want to give away another one?
Yes.
No pictures involved this time, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Although I've never drawn for this game. How about if we pick a number? There's 36 people in the chat right now. So Chase, I
Awesome.
want you to think of a number between 1 and 40, but don't say it out loud. A number between 1 and 40. That's a phone. Seriously. I gotta while you're
Write a number between 1 and
Chase,
40.
you suck, bro.
No, man.
Travis
It's
said,
like,
do you not know what a phone looks like?
apparently not. Awesome. All
Oh,
right,
that's
so
so good.
so Miss Bird over here, she's working diligently. She's wrote a number on my notepad, my handy dandy notepad.
Oh, she's written it out. Okay, awesome.
She read it.
Awesome. Okay.
Read it.
Oh, my
Read
dad
it. Did
said
you hear
you
what
see
house
it
you had?
now.
Did
Everyone
you,
gets to I gotta catch up on these real quick
you
first.
gotta
Everyone
catch up
gets
on
to hate
these.
Jesse this week. And yeah, everyone was all salty at Trevor last week because he won the giveaway twice in a row.
That's awesome.
Okay, they're
That is
already
awesome.
guessing numbers. Y'all don't guess your numbers yet. Okay, you're gonna have to re-enter it if you already guessed a number. Stop guessing numbers. I'm gonna say start, and after I say start, everyone y'all quit guessing numbers. After
Well,
everything, after I type in start, quit guessing numbers. It's got to be between 1 and 40. Start. It's coming. Start. Okay, between 1 and
there it is.
40.
All right. Let's see who
Everything that
guesses it.
comes in after I said the word start is a go. Drew says 1 to 40, 23, 24, 26, 8. Whoa. Blue. No, yellow. 16, 17, 28, 27, 21, 23. Are you following these in order, Chase?
Yeah, I am. There's a bunch of 21s.
16, 6, 7, 28, 21, 27, 20, or 11, 22, 32, 23, 23, 28, 21, 21, 21, 20.
19, ATL Flipper.
19?
He had to give me some smack, so he had to win a T-shirt from us. That's what it
Look
was.
at that. He gets
He had
support. Will you
yeah.
put on the back of his dude, that phone sucks, or whatever it was that he said?
Put it in quotations.
Dude, you can't draw, bro.
Yeah, bro, you can't draw. It was like the golden quote.
ATL Flipper is cheating. And he won. We see that cheaters come in first on this show. So you guys. ATL is guessing with every number. Well, something had to eventually trigger the algorithm. Will you draw him a phone? Oh, you should put the drawing of your phone on his shirt.
You know what? I think
That'd be
that
dope.
should be, what do you call them? NFTs?
Yeah.
That should be an
How
NFT.
much would you sell that NFT for?
You know what? I stick my pinky out when I drink wine. So yeah.
It was an old school brick phone. That was the best phone I've seen drawn on the show tonight. I just want you to know. Let's go. Send me that pic with the flip phone too. Just include the picture in the box. It will live next to the potato chip.
I was about to say the same thing. It's going to live right next to the potato chip. Let me sign the bottom of it.
Yes.
Okay.
I want Chase to fill out a report about ATL.
I love it.
Nice, nice. That was fun. That was fun. If I knew where to put NFTs after I purchased them, I'd buy it. Yeah, I'm not really sure. You can frame them. I think you can print them off, put them on your refrigerator, perhaps, Nick. Just throw your children's drawings away and just frame all the NFTs.
That's all
Family
there.
photos mean nothing now, just NFTs. Okay, so Chase, tell me something. Did anything bad happen? ATL says we're hilarious. Just send him an empty box. Oh my
Hey,
gosh. You
this is
really
this
should
is
send
what
two
kills me is
packages.
like, you know how so many people will say, "Hey, the box shows that it's weighted, so eBay's gonna back you."
I can't believe that. That's so
That's
ridiculous.
that's what kills me is the fact that this is not a light item. This is not like a first class item. This is,
Right.
it's crazy. But yes,
I
I will
think,
send I'm gonna send ATL two. I'm gonna send them guys two boxes
yeah, for
since it's
sure.
so cheap. Since he's only 3 hours away, so, you know.
Yeah, if Chase sold an NFT and it was the best eBay thing that happened, what would his drawing look like? Yeah, apparently that phone was the phone something you oh, that was your best sale. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. Because Chase was telling me, so he got totally messed over on this Apple sale with this laptop, but then you had an Apple sale that came in and saved the day, right?
yeah. So you gotta think when that laptop sold for like 970 something. And it was on a discount as well. It was like a 20% discount that day it sold. Um, the same place where I get a lot of my wholesale from or liquidated items, I ended up going and purchasing an iPhone 12 Pro Plus for like 280 bucks. Well, 2 hours later, it sells for 750, which basically all of that got eat up by the negative, the hold on that account that eBay placed. And so it's just like, man, it's like I just made this sale for really nothing. And so luckily the 50% sale started and we've slowly started recouping some of our loss. But that's what sucks, man. It's like whether you love managed payments or not, it does suck that you really don't have much control over your pay anymore. And we do it where we get paid all of our accounts. We get paid out on weekly. We don't do the daily. I mean, if I was making, but kudos of money, I'd probably do daily. But we do the weekly thing. How do you guys have your setup? Do you
I
do
just have I have mine daily.
daily? Okay, so I mean, we literally eat, breathe, and sleep out of managed payments when it comes to shipping cost or anything of that nature. Um, yeah, so I guess it works for some people, and then some people don't want to see that money just sit there. I like to look at it like a lump sum coming to me every week.
I get nervous about anything that's not a bank holding my money.
Yeah, you know what? And that's how we felt for a long time. And in this situation, like in this situation, it shows. Like when they pull out -9, when they pull that money back out of nowhere, it stings.
Weekly, every day, daily. Yeah,
Daily.
I definitely, like you're full time as it gets as far as, that's where your bill money's
Yeah.
coming from. I always encourage people to have obviously like a separate um checking account for their business and keep money in there because if you're going to have to be able to pay your shipments, you're going to have to be able to pay like a refund if something happens. I mean, like, I think that really kind of differentiates between it being like a hobby or some type of a side hustle too, and it being like your business because
I mean,
like
you
unexpected
see
business.
all the shipping supplies. Like I don't. Let's see if I can. I mean, we've got shipping supplies for days.
Good
So
grief. You're ready
it's
for the
just like
sale. That's for sure.
it's like yeah. I mean, so the weekly thing just works for us. I'd be scared to do daily because I feel like I don't know,
Cha-Ching King
but
says he does a lump sum every
a
day.
lump sum every day.
Travis says they will tap your bank, Rachel. It almost doesn't matter. That's true. I guess what I mean more is like, especially like on Poshmark, because I'm not just on eBay. People
Yeah,
will watch that, like when Chase says, I like to watch that number grow. When they're watching that grow on Poshmark, like, have you ever tried to get a hold of? I know you don't sell on Poshmark, Chase, but have anyone that does sell on Poshmark ever tried to get a hold of Poshmark? It's not going to happen. I've never, not one time, even had an email return from Poshmark, and I've been selling over there for 3 years at least, maybe going on 4. You don't get anyone to talk to on Poshmark. So if all of a sudden their site's down and you were watching your revenue grow, then I mean, for lack of a better way to explain it, you're screwed. They're not a bank. They're not FDIC insured. If their whole app went down tomorrow and you were watching it grow to 500 or 800 or whatever, like I pull it all out and put it in because the bank is FDIC insured. I realize that's, we none of
No,
us run our business exactly the same,
that's
but
wisdom, because I mean that's I'm glad that you put it out there like that, because that's one of the big reasons why we've started looking into List Perfectly. You want to plug that real quick, Rachel?
I do
But
have a
yeah,
list
no,
perfectly.
I know.
I have a what's the word I'm looking for? A discount code.
There
It's
you
Rachel
go.
Strickland. That's it. So yeah, if you guys want to head over to List Perfectly, you get like 30% off your first month.
And so like we've been looking at List Perfectly because you know it's crazy when you wake up one day and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, like all these social sites are down. Like for them
Mm-hmm.
to shut down, how many millions of dollars is lost to certain people out there. And so it's like it's a scary situation because I've put so much work and dedication into trying to support my family and make eBay like our be all go to. And thinking in my mind, hey, if I make multiple accounts, then if one account gets Vero 3 times, if that's a possibility, right?
Mm-hmm.
If that account shuts down, what about this other account? I have something to fall back onto. And so like the big picture of things is it can happen to eBay. Like we had the other day where there was a bunch of us trying to ship stuff out and eBay was down. Like not like I don't know how to explain it, but like I couldn't even get into bulk edit. And I don't know how
Yeah,
many other folks experienced that. And I don't
it
even
was
know if we
down.
got I don't even know if we got a resolution from that. But like you just said, imagine having, at the pace load we're working at right now, imagine having money in multiple accounts and you can't even access it.
Yeah.
That's scary. I don't think of it that I hadn't thought about it that way, but
Let's say
yeah,
you
it
had a
sucks.
$2,000 payout from 4 different accounts. You had $8,000 sitting there, and then eBay's just down. And again, it's not
Yeah,
like they're that easy to get a hold of. I mean, easier than other platforms.
right.
But then you just have money, and you're one of how many millions of people that just has money sitting there. You're going to be one in a
Yeah,
queue. Like,
yeah.
yeah, the more that they can take it from there, and like I don't let my kids hold my money either because I mean my son's 5, so he can't be trusted. MF Flip says I have a separate bank account for reselling. I don't want my wife to know how much I make. I already have to hide the good shoes from the family. That's hilarious. That's
I
so
could say
funny.
I could talk smack now. She done left. No, I'm just kidding. But
Yeah, Cha-Ching
no,
King and
like
Courtney
us,
both say they use List perfectly.
I'm definitely we're gonna get into it. It's been one of
Use
them
my code
things where
Chase.
like oh I will, it. But it's been one of them things where we're like, I really have focused so much attention on eBay, and it's why it's grown so much. Harry Tornado, Josh put out a video not that long ago, um, where he had a cookie sheet. Okay, and I physically went and made one. Okay, with magnets, and it had like you put columns. You got yours right there. Where's mine
No,
at?
I don't. I
Oh,
was just
oh,
grabbing my water.
okay. So I made a cookie sheet, and it was basically a scale of 1 to 10. And sorry guys. So it was a scale of 1 to 10, and I'm trying to look because it's usually
Like
right
how
here.
you're
But we
performing in different.
in different areas. So like what worked for us, religion, health, like different little columns, and then I put magnets on them we got from Hobby Lobby. The goal is to try to get those as lined up as you can. Like,
Hmm.
you're talking about family, you put more into eBay, well then you've not neglected your family, but you kind of had to put more time into eBay. Like last night
You
you
only have
messaged
so
me.
much time.
Yeah, yeah, you messaged me this morning. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm up listing, and you're like, "Are you up?" You're like, "You were just getting up to go to an estate sale. I was
I was
already up."
waking up and you were
Yeah,
still up
I
because
was
like
still listing.
we had been having a conversation before I went to bed, and then when I woke up, I was like, "Oh, I should respond to the last thing he said." It looks like he was on here an hour ago, but I'm sure he's in bed now. And so I responded, and then you responded. I was like, "Are you still awake?" Because it was 4 where you were.
Yeah, it's 4 o'clock in the morning where
4
I
o'clock
was.
in the morning,
I
he's
was like,
still awake
yeah. Why is that a
because you're
bad
trying to
thing?
do stuff with your family throughout the day.
Yeah, and that's really what it comes down to. Is like like I usually have it right here in front of me. Everything's scattered. I literally have um a planner where I grind. Like I have every half hour has something that I'm doing. because I have so much going on. Like, you would pull your hair out. And so
Yeah.
if I didn't do it that way, my kids wouldn't get fed. You know, my wife
Yeah.
would be over here. My wife would be over here hitting me in the head with a frying pan because I'm neglecting her.
Yeah,
And
you
so,
gotta give
like,
her a shoulder rub. She
when
deserves it.
when yeah, when Josh made that, it really opened my eyes. Is like, hey, when I worked, 12-hour shift as a cop, like, I didn't think anything about it because I was signed up for 12 hours. Like, I couldn't just come home. And so it's like, now that I work, primarily for myself, it's like, hey, I can work 28 hours. I
Mm.
can, for the business, I can put in hours that just don't make sense because no one's going to work harder for you than you. And
Yeah,
like,
you want your business to
you
succeed.
get out of this what you put in. Like, it's
A
insane.
thousand percent.
And so, like, I will sit here and just get so drowned into to listing, to editing, to doing different things that I can very well easily be like, oh man, I've got 3 kids. Like, I'm a terrible parent. And so it's like you find yourself in that situation. So, like, you have to find time. And I mean, that's mainly where our Instagram is. It's like we're trying to be as motivational as we can to show that everyone can have excuses. Everyone can have excuses. Like, I had AC problems, I had car problems, I have a transmission that went out. Like, I have 1,000 things, and I'm not going to sit here and say that money buys happiness, money makes things easier, yada yada yada. Things are going to still happen. God
Hmm.
forbid, family members are going to get sick. They're going to pass. Things are going to happen. And so, like, you have to make a priority to have that family time, to focus more on,
Yeah,
whatever spiritual, religious, side of things you have. It
to
just,
have balance.
yeah, you have to
Annie's telling
figure out
you
how to have
hi. I have
balance.
her. I have her decorating our screen, but she looks really pretty in that hat. I don't mind it, but um, this I just thought was hilarious, so I had to highlight it. Banks are just
Put
digital
it in
money
yourself.
anyway. Put it in your sofa. The eclectic element says, same Z's. I hesitated for so long and lists perfectly, and now I can't imagine doing anything without it. Cha-Ching King doesn't let my kids hold his money either. I wouldn't. I mean, maybe the oldest, but he'd spend it on goat. Like, okay, this is also funny. We got to stop talking about Josh because they're going to start a drinking game every time we mention Harry Tornado. So that's not cool. I just think he gives a wealth of information, and I appreciate it. What's up, Drew? There's a wealth of information right there.
Yep, exactly.
1/3 of the Triple Thrift podcast that we were just talking about earlier. So yeah. Let's see. Google Calendar is my lifeblood. Yeah, my husband loves Google Calendar, and so we try to share Google Calendar, but I like to write things down on paper, and then he's like, it wasn't on the Google Calendar. So that's not good.
I
Um,
Yeah.
have a question for you. If you could do only eBay and one other site to sell on, what would be your choice? Well, I just recently added a third, so that's easy for me because I've been eBay and Poshmark for a very long time. So that would still be, because I had one sale on Mercari within the first 12 hours of joining Mercari, and I haven't had one sale since. People are liking things, and I was like, oh, that's cool. It's just like Poshmark. Bills for the
For
armrest and back and change for the sitting part. Oh my gosh, they're building a sofa. I've been listing all day. Drew, I got 107 new things to list, so I need to be listing all day tomorrow. Sounds like the military
Yeah.
mentality of structuring your time. And it probably comes from a military and law enforcement background, right, Chase?
Yeah, it's structured and disciplined that way. Yeah. So I find myself sometimes hearing my wife say, "Hey, you're not military no more. Like, you can slow down." I'm just like, what does that mean? If I
Nice.
had to, hey, if I had 2 platforms, it would be eBay and Facebook Marketplace. Just because right now I think the fees are free, and I've been. Does
It's
anybody really
5%
call
on
it?
Facebook now, right?
I think so. Yeah, 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 yeah. But does anybody still call Facebook Marketplace swap and shop?
No, not that I've
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah, like, I still consider it swap and shop. Like, that's what
Do
we've
people
always
call it
called it.
that? Or did they call it that?
Here in the South, I'm sure ATL will chime in. We used to call it swap and shop. Like, because back then they didn't have like marketplace. You would create these forums, these flea market pages, these groups, and you would swap and shop.
Swamp and shop. Y'all making me feel bad. I didn't go to SeaWorld today with my wife and kids, but I
Oh,
spent the last 2 days with them. Drew, you're a family man. I mean, I never see you neglecting your family. Don't worry, you're doing it right. Work full time and have 7 kids.
I
Reselling
pray
is
for you,
only
bro.
part-time right now. There are always excuses. Oh, speaking of kids, come here, buddy. Well, come here. He said, I need to give you a hug and a kiss. Do you want to say hi to everybody? Oh, look at this beautiful boy. He's not going to show y'all his face. I love you so much. Hey, turn around and tell him hi. He doesn't want to.
What's up, man?
I think Cha-Ching King's trying to get everyone drunk. Josh. Say hi, Israel. This child's so beautiful. We needed a reason to drink. Oh, wait. That's hilarious. Hey, Drew. Oh, he's saying hi to everybody. So I don't want to miss any questions here. I'm just looking through them before I ask you. The last thing about Facebook is you have to go in and renew and bump listings, and you can only do it so many times. Okay, so that sounds an awful lot like Mercari, and I'm kind of wondering, like, why am I on Mercari? Hey, your grandma said that she loves you. She did, and Trevor said Israel, and Papa said that's my little buddy. He has the biggest smile ever. OMG, Rachel, I watch your video with your hubby in it where you guys are kicking the package around to test it and see if the glass clear would break. Had me laughing so hard. He had me laughing so hard. Chase, have you seen that video?
Yeah.
Where we play soccer with the package.
Test the packages.
That video, I feel like it hasn't got enough airtime. And then there's another one where we said like how resellers survive being snowed in. And I feel like that one didn't get enough airtime either. Oh, you did? All right. Are you in here to tell me good night? No, you just wanted to kiss.
No,
all right.
It's like it's Friday night. I ain't going to sleep.
Okay, you can stay up a little bit longer. Stay in there with Daddy, okay? All right. You can bring that. Can I bring this piece of cardboard with me? This random piece of cardboard? You sure, son? Go ahead.
I said I used to play with the what do you call it, the toilet paper rolls.
Oh
and,
yeah.
No. Hey, yo, did you know you could sublimate on the toilet paper? My wife handed this to me. She was like, "Here." I was like, "What is this?" In case you get poop for Christmas.
Wow.
I was like, what?
Oh. Travis said I have some kind of growth on my shoulder. Yeah, he's growing. He's a big boy. The post office plays football with all of our packages as soccer isn't too bad, Rachel. I'm telling you. Rapper. Oh, okay. So you guys were talking about something. Travis was talking about something in the chat earlier, and I have to ask about it. Travis, you said that USPS was going to start doing a $19 premium on all poster tubes. Or I don't know if you're talking about like the triangular mailing tubes
for like golf clubs and stuff.
Well, he said like for posters and stuff, like a $19 premium. I was trying to look it up, a USPS mailer tube premium, and see like, is there an article on that or something? Or I don't know. It may be something that we all need to look into because they were talking, if you do posters, no one's going to want to pay $19 to ship a poster. That's kind of interesting. And I wonder how, like, on places like Poshmark where it's just a flat rate shipping and you can use any USPS box, are they going to add a premium over there? He said, anything over 26 inches or something, let me find it for you. Okay, so he's gonna post an article, and then I'll copy and paste it and post it as a link for you guys if you'd like. I wonder if that is like in response to the surge in people reselling golf clubs. I'm sure they're probably getting
26
more.
He said 26 inches, and I mean that I had to pull that out just to kind of guesstimate it, but like 26 inches is not like most posters are how like, I guess I'm just not, I don't sell many posters. But if it was for golf clubs, like we would probably have like a hiccup. Like, wait, $20 per golf club? Because we use the triangular tubes, like you were saying.
Yeah, so I feel like
I guess he's talking about the round circular cardboard tubes that have a cap for posters. Is that? I hope
that
that's
would be nuts. Like, why would they start charging that? But they do a lot of things that I'm just like, why? Drew has a question, and he had this over on his Instagram, and it was so interesting because he showed this one picture, and Drew, I almost didn't want to select the flat lay because I liked it, but then I was like, I don't know that I love that it's on the ground, but it didn't look like it was going to be like, it didn't look like it was going to damage the product. But like I worry if I see someone's pet in the photo because I have allergies. So that's like my response to seeing that. But I thought the flat lay looked so much better than how he hung it up. But then in the very next one, he had a flat lay and one hanging, and the hanging one looked better.
Yeah.
And it was just like dramatically, and it was interesting because I wasn't the only one that thought that, because when I voted, like the votes were swayed one way or another. So he was kind of showing like, certain things look better laying flat and some things look better hanging. And he brought up that
Yeah.
jeans are always better laying flat, but then like fold the
Like,
leg over or try to like
yeah.
stylize it somehow. Because if you
You guys
hang
on
jeans,
Poshmark, yeah, if you guys have like done for not like we actually invested in mannequins.
yeah, I have a
Like
mannequin.
we
Her
have
name's
like
Becky.
yeah, my wife picks on ours too. We have the male and the female. We have the half cut body ones. Like we had a retail store shutting down, so we kind of went in there
Uh-huh.
and bought
That's
some
how
of
I
them.
got mine. JC Penney's shutting down.
And so like I don't know, like you guys when it comes to like sweaters and pants and stuff, like what's the best way to list jackets? Like, we have some really high end jackets right now
I
that
do
we're
like to
trying to.
hang a jacket. I feel like those look best hung, but I mean, only if you're going to either do a large hanger that's going to fill out the shoulders. And I've also seen people do like pool noodles or some type of like a
Okay.
hanger extension, which I think is pretty cool. Um, Travis says $4 for 22-inch tube or longer, an additional $15 for 30-inch or higher. So 19 for 30 or higher, and that doesn't include the actual shipping cost. Basically, USPS wants to be out of the tube business. Why would they want to be out of the? They're
I w-
rolling around in the truck or
I
something.
wonder. I was wondering if it had something to do with just the way they have to be on the conveyor belts and stuff. Like, I wonder how much of a headache those tubes cause the mail machines or whatever. Like, maybe that has some engineer or something. But because 30 inches is not that's not that big. Like, you're talking, posters. It's probably 30 inches by like 1.5 inch on
Like
diameter.
Travis, do you know if this is specifically the full round tubes, or does this include the priority mail triangular boxes? Because that's going to be like if it's a 30-inch long poster, then should I just put in a 30-inch long box?
That's what you go to work around.
Like hanging half body is the
Body.
easiest. Hang a coat and put a rod through the arms.
I
Yeah,
like
don't
that.
use wire hangers though. Yeah, I have very nice wooden hangers that I use, and then I have some copper pant hangers. Like if you see a fun vintage hanger or something that's going to add some interest, and then I have a hanger that is clear that I'll hang because it all but disappears and it's easy to remove as like a background editor. They're all looking for Israel. Drew really looks like he's looking for him. So yes, Chase. So he's saying that and he heard it includes the priority mail box. I think it might be in the article I posted. Sorry, I didn't
Okay.
see the article. Oh, I don't
Uh,
think it's letting you post the article. Okay, I'll check it out on. We all need to Google that and try to search about it, because that's important if you're
Yeah.
selling anything that comes in a tube like that.
Yeah, that's gonna suck because I know there's a lot of things that we send out in those triangular tubes.
Travis, DM me on Instagram the article if you don't
Yeah.
care, and then I'll post it here in the chat. This change will really mess with some people's business. It's going to mess with anyone that's selling golf clubs, unless they're selling
Golf
golf clubs that
clubs.
are worth hundreds. Nikki and Gary, I didn't get to say hi to you earlier. I meant to. I'm very sorry.
I see
That is a
one.
great question.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're
I mean,
fine.
one of the coolest things about reselling is you get to rehome products before they go to landfills. And so it's like, I mean, you have that mindset that that's part of the reason, that you're reselling is to rehome an item, give it a
Mhm.
better, longer life. But to add $20 to a tube, that's gonna suck. Because we sell a lot of golf clubs.
Yeah, that would make a lot of selling a lot of different things just not advantageous for people anymore.
Just yeah, baseball
Um,
bats.
yeah. Drew says Depop sellers seem to say modeling your clothes works the best, which is crazy to me, but I guess the younger crowd wants to picture it on themselves. So I modeled 2 items over on Poshmark to see how well it would work, and I was like trying so hard to be cute, and it does kind of let people know like this was my personal item, like
Yeah.
I don't know, it just didn't.
I could
Um,
see it when it's like a dress with pockets. I could see that.
I put my hands in the pockets on the mannequin because I always want to show that a dress has pockets. I think Depop buyers just don't like they don't spend a whole lot of money, but Drew's probably on Depop more than anyone else that I know. But I don't really ever hear him say anything like he doesn't love the platform. He's on there and obviously cross posting because he uses List Perfectly. Also, I think. Do you list? No, maybe he doesn't. Maybe Joey just got on there, but I don't think Drew is on there yet. Anyway, I don't feel like Depop buyers really want to spend a whole lot of money. I feel like they want cool vintage, but they want it at the thrift store price. But then they're kind of lazy and don't want to go thrifting for it. But correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, and you don't feel that way. Made a super hanger from 2 hangers and a cardboard for bigger clothes. That's awesome. Go to that site. So go to e-commerce bites. That's the website, and you'll find the article that Travis is talking about. What branch of service were you in?
I was Army, 11 Bravo, so infantry.
Don't ask him for pictures of things that go wrong in the military either.
Oh Lord.
Don't. Let's just leave it there. I can't unsee any of that. Just have to cut the clothes down. He had sent me a picture of an accident a friend had in training, and just some things you can't unsee.
Oh yeah. Hey, by the way, my toe is looking very well now.
I'm glad that your toe is better. I get more full price sales on Depop than any other platform. Stop it. I don't feel like you're ever talking positive about Depop.
Ryan over at Rally Roots, they talk a lot about Depop. Like, I'm not on that platform, but I do hear a lot of folks talk like vintage tea, higher end vintage teas.
But yeah, I've never listed anything on there, but you guys know I do a ton of vintage. So Drew, are you saying that I need to get over on Depop? Is this what you're saying?
Teaching us something.
Me hands.
Now I remember you've said this in the past that you when it comes to listing and stuff, like we use Photo Room for everything. Everything. I love Photo Room to death.
I don't run it through any extra editing.
And the coolest thing about List Perfectly, I don't know if you knew this or not, I just recently seen this, was that they are powered and built they have Photo Room built in. So you could take your photos the way you're doing on your iPad and then allow the app or allow the software on List Perfectly to eat away your backgrounds using Photo Room. Did you know that?
I don't know. I might look into it. I usually don't remove my background at all. I just take bright white background photos. Occasionally I'll remove it, especially if it's like a white item, because otherwise it's just gonna look dingy. Like a boss, my wife helped me do it. Let me see if this is in my DMs. What is it in request? If you never sent me a message, I don't have it.
It'd be in general. You know how you have a primary and then
yeah, it's not here. Wait, let me refresh. Nope, it's not here.
I think
Are you sending it to a reseller, Rachel Strickland? Because wait, there's a request. Well, you've just never messaged me, except this is the mailing thing. I'm gonna move you to primary so I see your messages from now on. Let me click on this, and then I'm gonna copy this. That way you guys can read this on your own time and you can figure it out and we can all know together. Because I haven't read up on it. This is not me telling you like, hey, listen, this is what I'm telling you. I'm saying I haven't read this, but I think it's something we all need to read. We need to figure out what the heck we're doing. Who mentioned Josh? Did you do it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. That's who I found out. He was doing like a synopsis of just a quick run through of his experience so far with the platform. And that's what just again furthered our, hey, look, we need to make this push. Yo. I wish that my hair was that blonde. I've got this.
Mine are his. I have to list in the catalog and then send the items to the other platforms. Okay. Yeah, you should go ask Dad for cookies. Dad's not on a YouTube live right now. Go in there and ask Dad for some. He probably already asked him for some, and he's shaking things up, you guys. So I saw that who shall not be named list on his List Perfectly first into the catalog and then sends that out to all of the other. My biggest thing is, since eBay is Bay for me and that's like my primary source and that's yours too, they're the ones that have the most category specific things and the most like details. And that's the thing on List Perfectly, that when you go in, you have to do each platform's, like, you have to make sure their details are right. So I feel like if I'm gonna have to put in all of those, because List Perfectly I don't think is gonna have everything that they have, if I'm gonna have to put those in anyway, why don't I just go ahead and list it on eBay and then cross post from there? But I don't know.
Okay. So it lists perfectly accurate. What you're saying is they give you the opportunity to go to your current listings in eBay right now and cross
Yes.
those. That's
Yes.
awesome. Okay. So that's something I didn't even know.
Oh, I'm teaching you all kinds of stuff. You should use code Rachel Strickland for
Oh, you
30%
know it.
off your
You know
first.
it.
And then you have to get the second tier at least to be able to do bulk. Otherwise, you're going to be doing one listing at a time and you don't want that. So, new drinking game, drink whenever someone says the word platform. I start on eBay and then cross post to other platforms. Yeah, that's what I do. USPS is going to put their surcharge on any package with one dimension that long except flat rate priority. And none of the flat rate are 30 inches long. So, that's interesting. Okay. Well, that's something that we all need to consider because I don't know that I sell anything that's like I don't sell golf clubs, and apparently I don't need to get into it unless they're worth the shipping. Like it's like selling mugs, though, Chase. It's okay to
Yeah.
source mugs, just only source mugs that are worth $10 shipping because that's what it's going to cost you, right? It's a true story. So you can still sell golf clubs, just only source
Yeah.
golf clubs that are worth $20 shipping.
Yeah. And we've had this discussion before where like most of our items are first class. Like I moved something. I moved this desk and like most of our items fit in one of these things. 4 by 7 inch. 4 by 7 inch. If you can't fit in this, it goes into number one and number two and number five, and the number seven is the biggest we have. No. Walk away. What's this? A number
That
seven,
is a
yeah.
big
Number seven,
mailer.
a number seven is the largest one. Like I am a bubble mailer lover. Like if it's not something I put in a box, it's going in
Wow.
this bag, baby. And so
Okay.
like supplement, like we love bubble mailers, and Uline is our plug for getting them. And so like I don't know, 90% of our store is first class. Like if
Hmm.
you start watching our what sold videos, like you'll see like it's like unless
That's
it's over a
why
certain
most
dollar
of your stuff
amount.
is free shipping then.
Yeah, so we do free shipping, free 30-day returns, and we eat the backgrounds away. So I mean,
You do
that's been
see, you
that's been
guys
our
like
secret sauce.
look at his secret sauce is the direct opposite of everything that I do. Okay,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is
Some
just
people are
so
scared of
it is
free
so proof
returns. Wait a
that there's
minute,
not
what?
one way. Like there's not
Nope,
just
nope.
one way to run your eBay. There's not one way to run your reselling. You know, you have to like work it with what works for you and for your business. And like you would not enjoy running your business the way I run mine, and I would not enjoy necessarily running mine the way that you run yours, but I can appreciate how well it works for you. I mean, appreciate it
Or
to the point where I want you to like come tell my audience also what you're doing because I think you're doing
I
it
mean,
so
how we
right.
put like 1,000 stickers on our items too.
Who was it? Geneva, when she sent me the DVDs, it had a bunch of stickers on the box, and I really liked that. Shay, it's so awesome to see you. Chi-Town Pickers says amen on the mugs. And Ching King is worried because he sells some fishing rods. Michelle
Oh
at
man,
Mermaid Cove is asking if I've received or had any packages damaged with USPS and how do you handle that? I really take the long way around. So if a buyer reaches out and says the product is damaged, then this is what I'm going to try. Okay. I'm going to tell you first what I try. I try and say, okay, well, we will file a claim. Okay. So I'm with the buyer on this. Okay. We are going to file a claim. What I need you to do is hang on to the item and the original packaging. Send me photos of it. I'm going to file the claim. And as soon as what USPS is going to do is they're going to mail me a letter. They will not mail you the letter in Georgia. Okay. So hang on to the item. As soon as I get the letter, I'm going to forward it to you. Michelle, if you have the buyer mail you the damaged item, then your insurance claim is automatically void. Do not have them mail you the item. So then you have to take that letter that they snail mailed to you, and it will take longer to receive than any letter you've ever waited on. Mail that to your buyer. The buyer takes that original letter along with the original packaging and the damaged item to USPS so that the postmaster there can inspect it in person. And they're looking for 2 inches padding all the way around the item. They're looking to see, did you throw a crystal vase in a poly mailer? You know, like, should we even insure this or fill this claim? So I explained to the buyer that has to happen. And as soon as USPS has given this insurance, then I can refund, your money. Is that always going to work? Nope. Sometimes you're going to have to refund the money anyway. You're going to have to refund it before all that. But I'm telling you, 80% of the time I have had that work successfully. That the buyer has taken it there. And then I've also had a buyer say, nope, too much work. This is ridiculous. I can't even believe that you're doing this, and just forget the whole thing.
Yep. Yep.
You won't please
Exactly.
everybody.
Yeah. And see, I mean, look though, depending on how you look at that, it could be a win-win. Depends on how you look at it. I mean, if it's sometimes you do want to satisfy the customer the best you can because it's a community. And I don't know if you like pay attention to folks who save you as a seller on eBay. I do. I love looking at our numbers and seeing how many reoccurring purchases we have, how many folks we have coming back to our store. I was going to pull up a screenshot that I posted on Instagram of how we would articulate that to a buyer that said, hey, they're opening an item and it was damaged. Like, let's see.
Of exactly how you worded it to them.
Yeah, I mean, and sometimes when you give it to them like that, they see that you're a human. They see that you're
Yeah.
not Amazon, you're not Walmart, and
Mhm.
sometimes they'll say, you know what, hey, this buyer, I'm satisfied with the way this buyer handled the situation, and yeah, I mean, getting these claims sometimes could be a headache.
I'm gonna tell Carissa that you missed her, Trevor. She is on vacation still, and she messaged me earlier and she said, "Rachel, I'm not gonna be in the live tonight. My husband and I are watching a movie together." And I was like, "Okay, awesome. What movie? Like, not awesome that you're not gonna be there, but awesome that you get to watch a movie with your husband." I was like, "What movie?" And she's like, "I don't know. It's something black and white with John Wayne." And I was like, "Is it True Grit?" And she's like, "I had to ask. It is True Grit." So Carissa's watching True Grit. January House, I'm
Good
so glad
movie.
to see you here. My husband and I were watching your shill bidding video the other day, and like he was really becoming educated on what shill bidding is, and he and I both discussed like what we would have done in the different situations. And I just wanted you to know that you were on the big screen actually while we were cleaning our bedroom. And we talked about that. I just refunded the buyer after the pictures get sent. Yeah. And Travis, that's the way I would say a lot of people probably do it. I don't have it happen a whole lot, but yeah, I mean, and that's probably, if eBay wanted to force it, they would tell you, nope, you got to go ahead and pay them now. I
Well,
almost
check
don't even
this
want
out.
to deal with a damaged package because it's so rare. Yeah, you're
Well,
right.
also, like, look at it this way: is sometimes it is less of a headache, like they said, just to refund the buyer. You know, you look at the cost of goods, you're like, you know what? Don't even send that back to me. Just refund the buyer. And I'm not
Depending
sure.
on what it
I
is,
think
yeah.
I think I'm right on this, but if you refund the buyer and depending on what selection you choose, they can't leave feedback. I can't remember which
Mhm.
one it is. There is a route that they can't leave feedback. But I always usually just choose other adjustments.
You
But
know
like
what I
this one,
think?
they go ahead.
You brought that up, and just to like intersect for a moment, I think it's if the case is closed, because I had someone ask for a refund on pants the other day because they said they were too short, and I don't accept returns, especially not on
Nope.
size issues. And so
Yeah.
I declined it. The return was closed, and when I go to those pants now, it says negative feedback, and I was like, "You're kidding me. Don't tell me I have a negative feedback now." And I go and it's not on there
It's not on there. It's hidden.
because the
It's
case was
hidden.
closed.
There you go. So like on this one, I had, we've gotten, like I said, we've gotten to the wholesale. So like I had a brand new drill and charger combo sent out. The buyer reaches back out and says, "Hey man, the charger's not working." So, I basically said, "Hey, so and so, my name's Chase. I'm super sorry for this huge inconvenience. What actually like we actually test all of our wholesale items, but mistakes can happen. Can you explain to me, can you explain what is the charger doing so we know what to look out for in the future? Because I get a bunch of the same stuff." And so I said, like, here's what I'd love to do. And this is all like we keep this in my notes on my phone. Okay. So this is the same regurgitated
Like
stuff
a
we send to
copy and
every.
paste.
Yeah, it's the same stuff. It's like, A, we can accept a full return and issue a full refund. You're going to send me the item back. B, we can offer a partial refund of whatever I find the value to be fair for that item. I'll usually go I'll go look in comps for that item that's damaged. Or you still find value overall, and we will strive to make the issue you've stated above doesn't happen for the next buyer. This guy actually reached out. I mean, and D is we actually have some of those chargers, and we can send you a used one, not a new one. We're not send you a used one. We'll send you a used one. And I hope holidays are off to a great start. Yada yada yada. He actually come back and he said, "Hey man, you know what? I just wanted to let you know. That's it. I got the charger and everything. Now, whether or not he was just trying to finesse himself into another
Mhm.
charger or whatnot, he was okay with just letting disclosing his displeasures to the buyer.
At least
And
you
so
gave
when
him
you
an
say,
option.
yeah, and so like sometimes that works. And I've had
You're
a
big on
bunch.
customer service. I like that. You can handle customer service in my store if you'd like.
You
And my
guys get
flip
some Drew, like Profit Monsters, you guys get some crazy like I don't even you'll get some crazy questions and stuff like,
I think
hey,
it's so beneficial when we share those
yeah,
crazy stuff because like everyone learns and you get to see it's not just your buyers that are actually insane.
yeah.
They're talking about how Drew was Profit Monsters had put all these fragile stickers on an item and it was brought to his attention that they kind of mistreat the items a little extra special if that happens. Um they're gonna kick you around. Don't do it. Um
Don't put these stickers don't mean nothing, okay?
Travis says he almost always has the buyer just keep the item. Yeah, especially if it's damaged. Why would I want you to send it back to me? If it's expensive enough, go through all the time and trouble. But I agree with you guys. If it's cheap enough, you bring up a good point. Just have them keep it. And sometimes it's just easier to wash your hands of an item, like you said. Um, Listing 20 items. That's awesome. Awesome job, Chad. I hope you got to list some of that stuff that you won from me. Dom, it's good to see you here. Primetime treasure hunter. That's awesome. Let's see. I am actually going to be on Dom's thrifting challenge coming up. I think it's on the 8th. Tell me if I'm wrong about. Yeah, it's on the 8th because the 10th is a Friday, and yeah, Wednesday the 8th I am going head to head with somebody over there, and you guys need to show up on the 8th on Primetime Treasure Hunters channel and vote
He's
for
gonna
me.
show he's gonna show up with a bunch of snowballs.
Yeah. Did you say
Yeah, I think
okay.
it's snowing pretty heavily where he's at.
Really? Unless you sell mugs on Posh. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But then they still need to be like $8, right? Cement turtles. That's rough. You double boxing those. Yeah, we had a conversation about those cement turtles. Um, she and I were talking in the comments, I think, on one of my YouTube videos, and I'm just like, two of them being damaged, I don't know. You're not going to be able to really pad it 2 inches unless you do styrofoam because that cement turtle is going to crush whatever is underneath it. Yeah, that's a tough one there. um I don't know if I would want to have to ship those or not. All right, everybody's saying hi to everybody. You weren't supposed to see us here. Zero
we we
loyalty.
we finally hit the time of night where folks are like, we can finally sit down and watch.
Yeah, I guess so. I have 2 letters from the post offices requesting to see packages, one in Missouri, one in New York, 20-pound cement turtles. Yeah. Yeah, you have to send those letters and not a copy of that letter. Send the original letter to your buyers. It's just insane. I write unbreakable, try to break on all my packages. I think I saw him say that in the chat on
Challenge
Monday.
accepted.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to tempt them. Sometimes I'll write like, handle with care, please. Thank you. And like a smiley face. And I know they don't care.
Yeah.
Um, I let Israel carry my packages like upstairs and out to the car because if it can't handle my 5-year-old carrying it out to the car, it's not ready for USPS. Just a true story. December 8th I wouldn't miss it. Yeah, you have to be there up on December 8th and y'all come vote for me. 20 pounds. Do you do those on pirate ship? I'm taking a break on the turtles. I hate that. Yeah, on pirate ship, a cubic rate would be good. That's a good point, Travis. So Chase, I know I told you about 2 hours and I've kept you long here, but can you tell us what folks can be looking forward to over on your YouTube in upcoming days? Because I know a lot of folks said that they were going to subscribe to you tonight. I'm going to post this link, or if you guys want to post a link, um, tell them. I mean, you're going to be doing this video about getting scammed, and I can
Yeah.
tell you that those videos are popular. That'll definitely be one that folks are going to want to watch. But you
The
guys
biggest
definitely go
series.
subscribe. What are you
Yeah,
looking
the big
forward to in the last? What do we have? 5 weeks of 2021.
of 2021. Jeez, this year's
You got
gone by really quick.
I Okay, this gonna sound stupid, but I was listening to some YouTube video or something, and then I was putting on my makeup while I was listening to it, and I was like, "Wait a minute, what year is it?" And I'm not kidding, for a solid 45 seconds, I was like, "Is it 2020 or 2021?"
Oh man.
Yeah, that was
Uh,
pretty
uh,
bad, and I think it's because it's kind of flown by so fast. So what are you looking forward to in the next 5 weeks?
the next 5 weeks, what am I looking forward to?
Yeah, the end of the year.
Sheesh, I don't know. We've actually got like, okay, so the big thing right now is we're having a metal building be built, and so like we need more space for wholesale. And so that's one of the big things. Like since we kicked off the LLC, we're kind of like trying to really build as much passive income. At the same time, we're trying to build as much like income and wealth in general. And so yeah, I'm super excited about that. The videos, as far as like YouTube goes, the series on like how to charge a scammer. That's I think that's going to be really awesome for the community to see that from a law enforcement side of view. Is like,
Yeah.
how, what can I do? Am I what can I do against a scammer or someone who's trying
Mhm.
to commit fraud? Is like,
'Cause
what,
people feel powerless.
you feel powerless. It's a crime that you can't see like, you can't, like, you feel like, what am I, like, the police have bigger priorities on their list, yada yada yada, like they need to take care of this or take care of that. Like, so like hopefully in that series people can have a very clear cut way, depending on their states and stuff, what changes. The second series we have been working on, and this is something we've been working on for a long time, and it's because there's so many people ask me this, is how do you ship, how do you ship, how do you ship, how do you ship? And I know you get the same questions. It's like,
They're my
how
most
do you,
popular videos. Shipping
yeah,
videos
how do
are
you ship?
very
Because
popular.
listen, it's shipping is scary. Like, I don't care at what level you are. Like, shipping is something that you're always like, we were just talking about it, but so shipping is something that you're always on the edge of. It's like so many possibilities that can go wrong. Hey, a box can arrive empty, right? And so
Yeah.
we're actually doing I think right now we're looking at 10 videos, so 10 parts of how to ship, the pros and cons that we've found in each carrier, pirate ship, and all the different cost savings. And like, I've got a video, I've got a snippet that I was looking at the other day. It's crazy. If you go to my post office and you try to ship something flat rate, it starts at like $15.
Over
And
the
so a lot
counter
of
for
people,
sure.
yeah, some people don't even realize that, like, oh, I can do, eBay has like a discounted shipping rate. Like, they just don't know because they talk themselves out of scammers get scammed. Yeah, there you go. Or people love scammers get scammed videos.
Yeah.
But people talk themselves out of getting on eBay because of shipping. And I wouldn't, like, that's the one thing. Once you can get past shipping, then you're gonna take off.
Kimmy has a question. So if you don't accept returns and then they try to return on eBay, as long as your item is as described, you're good, right? Don't know the details exactly on that. And this is again another instance where like Travis has a different school of thought that I do on it. And I think it depends on what you're selling, Kimmy. I sell vintage one-off items. I describe them to the absolute best of my ability and I don't accept returns and I don't feel like it hurts my store. I sell something that you've been searching for to a buyer that's been searching for it that is willing to pay
Yeah,
shipping on it. That is not
yeah.
every item. If I was
There's a
selling
community to it.
yes, if I was selling new ink pens, they would need to be free shipping and they would probably need to be free returns because someone else, my competition, is going to offer that. So it really depends on what you're selling. But to answer your question, as long as the item is as it was described, I have had multiple instances that eBay has backed me on denying a return. I just gave you guys the instance of those jeans. I've had buyers, I had a buyer reach out to me on a purse and she said, "You disclosed this defect, but I honestly thought that it wasn't going to be so noticeable in person. How do I go about a refund?" And I said, "I don't accept returns." And what was she happy? No. Um,
Mm,
would I have been happy if she sent me back this purse? No, especially not
mm.
because the defect that she was talking about was a wear in the corner of this bag. And when she was showing me in pictures, she's like shoving her finger down in it. So it was
Oh
not,
man,
it
making
didn't
it
want to be in the,
worse.
yeah, you're just
Yes.
making it
No.
worse. Kimmy, you don't have to accept returns. You don't have to not accept returns. You just have to do what's best for your store.
Yeah,
Um,
there's not a cookie cutter side of
there's
things,
not.
because And the big thing is like there's folks who will open up an item not described case against you for photos. Like my lighting may be better on my end than what the buyer gets. And so, photos can be one of those things where they'll try to say, oh, the item's not described properly because the photos are, this is a blue, but this is a blue. It's like, okay, what you're seeing on my shirt may not be on your screen the same way. And
Mhm.
so it's like, have you seen those yet? Like Osborne the Thrift Tim had one here recently. He sold some shoes,
I
took the
I
shoes
am a
in his light
top-rated seller,
box.
though.
Yeah, there you
Yes,
go.
I am top-rated seller, and I don't accept returns. I think that is a common I'm sorry, Chase, I wanted
Oh,
you
that's yeah, that's not true. Yeah,
That's a
go ahead,
common
Rachel.
misconception that you have to
Yeah.
accept free returns for 30 days. You absolutely don't. You guys can go to my eBay store. I'll drop the link to it if you'd like, and you can see that I do not accept returns and that I'm a top rated seller. Just so that because that is a myth, and I feel like a lot of people feel like they are bullied into
Yep.
accepting returns because they want to, they want to have that top rated seller status. If I can
Yeah.
click on my own, did I cut you off, Chase?
No, no, no. If I'm cutting you off, it's because I'm running on a jetpack.
No, you're totally
Service
fine.
sucks. But no, and that's the thing is like, and I wouldn't even I don't know, it's crazy that folks will open returns. Like that's why I say like our secret sauce is we white the backgrounds out. We do try to mirror Amazon. There's no way of getting around that. We try to make the buying experience the best we can without killing ourselves. Like I'm not a 24/7, customer service guy. I'm not going to sit here and answer every question that comes across unless I know that the buyer you'll kill yourself trying to answer all the questions that can be answered by reading the description. There's a reason why we took our time to put a 2 or 3 sentence description. But yeah, I've seen Tim. He took a photo of some shoes, and the buyer got those shoes. And I guess when the buyer purchased them, they were going off of the perfect lighting and the image that they saw, and then now they're wanting to open a return. And the thing is even if you don't allow returns, if they use the category, the return category of item not described properly, it's going to open a case all day long.
Yeah, I'd have not, and that's how where I was talking about. I think that there's probably entire Reddit threads on how to,
Scam a seller.
yeah, just hit item not as described, and
Yeah.
they don't have to refund anything. I'm sorry, I'm not having a whole lot of luck actually pulling this up the way that I want it to, but I'll just copy and paste one of my actual. I don't know, Travis. I think my badge is on there. As far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know, but I am top rated with them, and it does show that I don't accept returns. But I mean, I get the discounts and everything as a top rated seller because I know when I was shipping like these little sticker things, I wasn't updating my tracking. And I knew when I lost it because away went, the benefits that you have of being top rated. And Geneva says the same thing. She's top rated and she doesn't accept returns. Yeah, but it does show up that I enjoy how different all of our stores are. I really do. I have some higher vintage shirts I listed and said no returns, may have to change a few more. Yeah. And I guess you can have those different business policies on different items because like a lot of people
Yeah.
won't have holiday specific items, they won't have accept returns, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Or items that they think they make like DVD VCR combos. You may be scared that the buyer's going to return it. If they return an item, like okay, when I sold the MacBook Air sealed, okay, yes, I offer 30-day returns, which I think anything over a certain dollar amount anyway, eBay will step in on certain categories. But like with us, our return rate is really, really low. I think it's like a 0.02 on one of our stores, and most of them are zeros. Like we don't get returns. Um, so it varies. Like I said, there's not a cookie cutter store.
I know, that's so true. That really is true because like you might think and just like brands, like you could buy a list of brands from someone, you could get a free list of brands and if you do get that list, it's probably going to be oversaturated brands because everyone has that list and then it's not necessarily going to be things that you can find. Like my love of selling vintage also stems from the fact that I can find it in such abundance here. And it's something that everyone in my area overlooks, and they're not selling vintage, and I want to sell it and I see value in it. So like where you're at, you just said when you moved to where you're at, you had to find out, how am I going to source? And so
Yep.
what you source is, is for where you are. Like I think in so many ways, Chase, our stores could not be different, and yet both of us are making it work for us. You know what I mean?
There you go. And speak to that too. Like, listen, like for new buyers, this is why I even created a YouTube channel. This is what I love. Like, don't get discouraged that you think that there's too many resellers out there. And when you're shopping around, you bump into each other. Like, it's not a competition. You're doing you. Focus on what you
Mhm.
got going on. Don't focus on anybody else's stuff. Get on YouTube and watch these videos and learn as much as you can. There's such a great community of folks out there who know a lot more than I do. Okay, I'm just shooting stuff at the wall and hoping it sticks sometimes. And
Yeah.
it's like, but like so many people will get discouraged. They'll say shipping's an issue. That's why they don't do it. They'll say they're scammers, or they'll say eBay doesn't back the buyer. They'll say, I can't find inventory. I
Hmm.
just moved from the biggest metropolitan city in Florida to a small town with a caution light. Like, I found a way to find inventory. Okay, we
To
have
make
no
it
yard
work.
sales or
Yeah.
flea. Yeah, it's like if you like, you can. I am Nikki and Gary. I'm 3 hours south of Atlanta. I'm in South Georgia. Go dogs. But yeah, I mean, you're gonna figure it out, and like, just don't let those excuses get in. Don't let them spoil the apple, like the fruit that you're gonna bear,
Hmm.
because like it's crazy, like
There's
how many
always going to
people
be
do
some
things.
excuse, like, and
Yeah.
someone would
Oh yeah.
love to be
Always my.
someone would love to be in your situation. Like, no matter how bad it is, there's always
Yeah.
someone that's like, well, I wish I had a caution light. I wish my city
Yeah.
was big
Someone's
enough
goes like, it's like
to
my
be
green,
near
my
big
stop signs are
stores.
green. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So,
Patricia says, did you watch Jen Doyle's series? That's the series I sent you, Chase.
God. Yes.
J- so
Yes. Yeah.
yeah,
I
Jen Doyle
watched
has
all of
this.
them.
She
Yeah.
has a really good series out, and yeah, I sent that to him. I was like, watch
Yeah.
this, and her channel,
And
I can
she
just tell
she
you,
blew
blew up
up.
from that series.
Yeah. She really blew up. Like
She
like
said, I'm kind of worried though, because this isn't my normal content, and all these
yeah.
people are going to be expecting this type of content.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But she did it in a way that, and also again, like her video helped me. So like that's why I'm hoping that my videos will help somebody else. Like, I'm really gonna come at it from a law enforcement perspective, and say is like, listen, this is how venue works. This is how why you have to get a police report, and you're not just your county or municipality. Like, I'm gonna go into detail, like how you can really charge these people
I
when
like
you know
that.
for when you
Because
really
some people,
know you're
like,
in the right.
why do people act like eBay writes the law when it comes to scammers and stuff? Like, they said this. I'm like,
There's
well, they're
there's some
not the
people who won't
police.
appeal. Yeah, there's some
They're
people that will
not.
not appeal
It's
eBay.
mail
They'll just go
fraud.
off. Yeah, yeah.
I love that you're doing this series. I'm looking forward to seeing how it works out, and how you because I feel like if we don't stand up against scammers, then we just give them the keys to our business, and you not standing up to them is going to make it hard for me, because then they got away with it with you, so then they're going to come after me. You know what I mean? Like, at a
Like
certain
for
point,
eBay, for sorry, you're
you're fine.
lagging. For eBay to, all right, you're back. For eBay to sit here and say that they delivered a police report, and I'm able to say no, they didn't. Like, what did you get? Because I've done called the county and municipality of where that buyer lives. There's no police report. There's not one, because that town's a small town, and I've talked to everybody there. And that's all on video. I didn't just come out and say, "Hey, I'm prior law enforcement, yada yada. I want to see this." I didn't do any of that. I just said, "Hey, I'm Chase. I run a small business. Um, I'm trying to figure out some stuff. Can you provide me the documentation that stated that eBay's been sent, or eBay has, can you provide me with additional information so I can kind of gather my facts for UPS to claim this as an insurance claim? We don't have anything on file." Oh, great. That's cool to know. So you're saying that you have nothing by this name. We go as far as to look in the address, and the address shows. And this is the funniest thing is you select. This is what kills me is the buyer signed for this package using a different name. So there is some fault with UPS for allowing someone that's not on that package to sign for that package. And that's eBay's go-to out. That's eBay's way of saying, hey, you got to go after the UPS folks because they let somebody else sign for this.
Yeah.
Oh, but in the meantime, we'll give this buyer 5 days to respond to this and show proof that they received an empty box and a high dollar item. But yet 2 hours later, after getting off the phone, they provide this information. So like, and eBay closed it quick. I mean, there was no and ifs or buts. It was just, hey, we're closing this in the favor of the buyer. And what we've seen a lot lately, like with you or Ryan over Rally Roots, we've seen that they'll actually just give both parties the refund,
Hmm.
and that creates a bad mentality for a buyer as well, because that creates a system of, hey, we could be Walmart. I can go buy camping supplies, go camping on the weekend, and turn it back in on Monday. I live in the South. I know what goes on. Well, I know what
Yep.
we do. So,
That's such a good
and
point.
so it's like, I don't want to come into your store and buy some really cool belt, wear it out on a weekend, and turn it back in on Monday. Like, we're
Hmm.
not. This is not how we run our businesses. And some
Yeah.
people think because I run 30-day returns is how folks use us. Fortunately, knock on wood, that's not how we see so far. But like,
That's
for
good.
all of that, to be there, and eBay still, does, again, they have to back up the buyer, because we have to create a mentality for the buying community that they can trust that Daddy eBay is going to have their back, and then it brings that money back, continues to bring that money in. But sometimes it does suck when you're, what if I was, I mean, I guess in this case, what if I was, and I have to always say this too, because this account that we're referring to has only been open for 2 years. My
Hmm.
oldest account's been open since 2011. So
Man,
like, I
you were
had to
like
like,
in junior high.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was in high school flipping iPhone chargers, and so my dad and mom thought I was crazy. They're like, "What are you doing on eBay?" And I was literally hustling iPhone chargers and stuff in
That's
school. But
that's great.
it was just crazy. And so look, where
Travis,
I
you
come
didn't cause
from.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I was
Travis
like, where I
didn't
come
cause
from.
any he didn't cause any confusion is all I was gonna say. No, Travis, I'm glad that you brought it up because I feel like a lot of people, especially new
People
sellers, and I
think
know
that.
we have some new sellers or folks that are new to eBay, and seasoned sellers because at one point maybe that's exactly how it had to be. I'm so glad that you brought it up. You're never causing confusion here, so I appreciate you bringing it up.
That was a really great point.
Yeah.
I thought the reason why I say it's a great point is I really did think that for a long time. I was like, dude,
Mm.
if I don't offer 30-day returns, then this is not gonna. I'm never gonna be top rated, and I want to get that discount. But I found out after the fact I didn't need to be 30-day, and it always stuck. I was like, well, heck, I'm already doing it. That's actually why I started doing it, was because of
Yeah.
that. And it's just,
And I bet with the type of things that you sell, you probably don't come into the same type of issues that I would. Like selling vintage clothing, I have to give measurements in every single
yeah,
item because
yeah.
if I am a modern day size 10, I am a vintage size 12 or 14. Like if I
Wow.
am,
Okay.
yeah, vintage sizing is dramatically different. And I will include that in a lot of my listings. I will say vintage sizing
Yeah.
runs small in comparison with modern sizing. Please check measurements. So when people don't check the measurements and they're going to get my size 10 jeans and it wouldn't fit someone
Yeah.
that's a size 6 and
Should have read.
they're going to try to return that every
Yeah.
time. And it's vintage clothing. I can't replace it. That is probably the only one of that I'm going to be able to
Yeah.
find. So but I think with what you're selling, it probably does work out well for you because
Well, see, like,
who's gonna return it?
the big thing was, like, when we're talking wholesale, okay, like if I sell this drill tomorrow, okay, if someone sees it has 30-day returns. Now, by the way, like, you have to be smart as a buyer. You start doing 30-day returns, you better hope you write down a serial number, or you better identify this as your item, because
Good
folks will
idea.
just swap an item and send it back to you. Okay, like, I'm not beneath opening this bad boy up and taking a heat gun and putting an A or a B or a serial number on there. I'm not beneath that. Okay, like, I've been in law enforcement long enough to know how to, pawn shops do it. And so, so I know when you send me my item, you can't bluff me. Hey, how about you send me a picture of the bottom of it? So it may be a tip or a tool for the trade for folks too, to get a wood burner, and you don't have to do that. But anyway, what I'm getting
Yeah.
at is, if someone sees that I allow 30-day returns and they read the description and see this is a wholesale item, you're going to receive it just as described in the pictures above. Like, refer to the pictures. Take your best judgment from the pictures, because I'm not going to sit here and describe every nook and cranny on this item like I would with clothing, right?
Mhm.
And so, like, I feel like I'm building trust, so it works for me. with the
Yeah.
30-day returns. And I
Yep.
very, very rarely, unless UPS field punts this sucker, I very, very rarely, or FedEx decides to hold $8,000 worth of merchandise at a drop off location, very rarely
Yeah.
have to run into issues with returns.
That's so good. MF Flip says they always write down the serial number on electronics. Yeah, I think that's awesome that you don't, even though you offer it, you don't have to utilize it nonstop. It doesn't leave a bad taste in your mouth for it. I mean, if it did, no one would offer it, and then it goes back to, again, buyers not trusting the platform. So I want people to trust eBay. I don't give out Amazon affiliate links because I don't shop on Amazon. I don't sell over there. I sell on eBay. And when
Yeah.
people ask for something, I go to eBay first and try to find it for them because that's where I sell. Why would I want them to prosper over Amazon? You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
yeah,
eBay's
take a
got that.
photo of the serial number.
There you go. That hey, that saved me a lot of times. eBay has what's eBay's got going on now with the eBay affiliate program? That
I'm in
that
the
what is it
eBay
called?
affiliate program. It's
Is
called
that what it's
eBay
called?
Partner Network,
eBay Partner
EPN.
Network. Yeah, and
And
so like yeah,
yeah, I mean, even the link that I have in my YouTube descriptions to my store is an affiliate link. It doesn't charge anyone that clicks on anything extra, but I mean, it's a we talked about other streams of revenue. Affiliate links are a stream of revenue. If I did a video where I talked about Dymo printers and the type of printer that I use, and I went and did the research and found like 6 of them that were listed for under $100 a piece and put them in the description. I said, these are going to be first come, first serve, but guys, this is
yeah.
under $100, and they were all affiliate links. So if anyone did purchase them, and some did, then you're getting eBay's affiliate profit off of that, I guess, like a kickback, but it doesn't charge the buyer anything extra. What is the
Yeah,
eBay Partner
if
Network?
anything, if anything, they love it. If anything, they don't. I don't even know if I haven't. I don't know if they even get a notification that someone supported their store. I think it just does it in the background, and so
I'm just going to grab a link to this real quick so that everybody can look it up because I'm so surprised. I need to do a whole video about it. I'm just so shocked that more people like
well,
Cha-Ching,
that's why I
the
brought it
goat,
back up.
the
Yeah, that's
goat
why I
coming in
brought it
here
back up.
asking me what it is, saying he's
I was like,
never heard of
what
it.
is
I
an
don't even know what
eBay?
you're talking about.
eBay's got an affiliate program.
Here it
It's like,
is.
yeah, see, like
I don't have some
so.
link for you guys to use when you sign up. It's free to sign up. I don't get a daggum
Yeah,
thing off of you doing it. And so
yeah,
you sign in with your eBay username and password. It couldn't be easier. And then what you are able to do is when you log in, say you ask me, "Hey Rachel, what type of light box are you using in this video? Where did you get these pink lights?" I can go find them on eBay and create a link, an affiliate link, and then send you that affiliate link. And it doesn't look strange. It's ebay.com/whatever. And they'll even give you a shortened one. And then when you click on that, instead of me just saying, I don't go find them on eBay, because I consider it my job to help you. Yeah,
yeah.
you guys get to buy the item at the exact same cost. And then I get
See,
1 to 3%.
I can't feel bad now that I didn't know that you can block buyers without feedback. When the goat Cha-Ching King doesn't know about eBay affiliates. See, it's okay. See,
But
that's the
I
purpose
had
of
no
these things.
idea.
Yeah, that's the
I've been on
purpose of these
eBay
things.
affiliate.
We're always learning.
What do you think are the demographics of the majority of your buyers with vintage clothing? Vintage clothing
Do you look at
specifically,
numbers? You don't look at numbers
me?
with with eBay. Like I was gonna say that's a really great question because like I stay on the performance page.
Oh,
Like
I
I stay.
don't. No, I
I
stay on trying to
love
get my
seeing.
listings done page. Um,
Yeah,
I
yeah. I feel it.
if I had to guess who's buying my vintage clothing, it's just so all over the place because I will have like a vintage fur coat and a vintage Stetson. I don't think the same people are buying that, but then I'll have like a vintage single stitch shirt or some vintage Levi's. Like, I mean, some of them are people buying that because they had that when they were younger, and some of them are buying that because they love that, and it's like a younger group of people. I don't know, Travis. Maybe it is just like a younger generation. I love vintage. I'm 36. And Chase, do you like vintage?
Yeah.
And we're not going to fit in the same
I like
demographic.
rock. Yeah, I like rock tees and stuff. So I like a lot of stuff that folks have on eBay. I can't afford
Um,
most of it, but one day.
You have to hashtag add that you put it in with the affiliate link when you share it, just FYI. Yeah, I have in my descriptions, I think that it's affiliate links and like, they want to know. I don't know. I need to look
Okay.
into it, I guess, and see if you have to actually push hashtag
Is that
ad.
is that YouTube's policies? Is that that's what she's saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Courtney knows everything about YouTube, so she's always
I
like,
love
she's
it.
another one of those that'll help still steer me clear. There are definitely rules for the program, so make sure you read the rules. Yeah, yeah, read the rules. But guys, it's a good one. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying you're gonna make bukus of money. Let me log into mine real quick.
Well, it's
I
like,
should.
okay, so right now with like Amazon affiliate, like something me and I have a power group Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays of veterans that we all get together and kind of chew each other out about our eBay accounts, and that's what keeps me accountable. And something we talked about here recently is like I can't use an affiliate account for Amazon, and it's been because like I don't have the viewership on YouTube, and so like there's a lot of guidelines in the background that you have to know about when it comes like Amazon affiliates. I'm not sure that's there for eBay because I've been sending affiliate links for eBay for a few weeks now. I
I
haven't
have.
haven't been shut down yet is what I was getting at. It's like you'll get a monetary amount on Amazon and
Mhm.
then you'll never get paid out. They'll just close your account out, I guess, because you have to have 1,000 subscribers or whatever, or 1,000 followers in whatever niche that you're supporting
Oh
on
wow. No, you
Amazon.
just
It's
link
weird.
your bank, the same way on eBay partner. You do have to set that back up. I mean, I've had my eBay partner network the majority of this year. I probably set it up in maybe in May. Okay, May, yeah, maybe at the latest in May.
Yeah, mine was August. So I just now learned about it too.
And I don't use it often. I literally basically just use it if I'm very specific video where I'm telling you about going to get something, which I don't do that often. And then I link my eBay store. The number one thing that's going to be clicked on is my eBay store. That hurts my click-through rate, so I may as well make something off of it. And so to give you guys an idea of how rich I'm getting off of the affiliate program, I've made 59 doll hairs. But you know what? That's $60. That's a sushi date with me
Yeah.
and my husband. You know what I
There
mean?
you
60,
go. Oh snap.
it's
I,
60
I love
bucks I didn't
sushi.
have before. And it's literally just putting that in there. I would love some videos on how to use the performance page. Hey, look, people are giving you all kinds of ideas for videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've got ideas for days. It's just like some people will say on here. It's I think it was Bolo was talking about as eBay YouTube's work.
Kimmy, they were talking about this earlier about whether or not to block people with zero feedback. I don't. Some
Yeah.
people do. It's I
Even
but
even with even with the issue with the MacBook Air that got purchased from someone who had zero feedback, I still would. Me personally, I mean, it hasn't been that big of an issue. What do you think about that, Rachel? Like, I don't go out of my way to block
No,
folks.
because so everyone has to start somewhere, and people like I block bidders, Kimmy, that have multiple unpaid items. That's who I block. That's who I'm more
Yeah,
worried about. In North Georgia, Flipper says, "Hey folks, I thought YouTube was 1,000 subs plus 1,000 hours of views. It's
I think
1,000
it's
subs plus 4,000
four
watch
thousand.
hours in the last 12 months. So after 12 months, that's gonna fall off. So um
Yeah,
there's
I've
a
got two
way
two
to
viral.
put your listings on your business Pinterest account too and get money that way. I don't do a business Pinterest. Y'all are trying to get me on TikTok and stuff, and I'm just like trying to focus on Instagram and YouTube. And y'all know, like, raise two kids
It,
and run
it's
multiple
it's like we
businesses.
said earlier. It's like we said earlier. Like there's only so many hours in a day,
Yeah.
and like the folks who can juggle the soccer moms, the soccer like the folks who could juggle all these things, I love them to death. Like
Drew and I
it's I can
coach
only
soccer and coach
yeah.
track, and it's just, yeah, it's a lot because, him being self-employed too, like, it's a lot. Guest buyers automatically have 0 feedback. You can buy without logging in. Yeah, that's true too. Okay, I will watch what I miss when it's over.
Smart.
Oh, no, ask all the questions you want. Um, I don't block 0 feedback buyers. I block bidders who don't pay for and are insane. Yeah,
Insane.
same.
The ones who ask the crazy questions.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Yes, you can do
Like
it with
this
Pinterest.
this is a good one. Like when you get
Hey,
that
Miss
gut feeling
Taffy.
that this
Sorry.
I love it. When you get that gut feeling though, like you just know it. Have you ever got that like where you have a buyer who's asked certain questions and then they keep asking certain questions and you're just like, I this is going to be a problem. And then
Yep.
you're like you pray for it and you're like they're going to buy it. You know they're going to buy it. How much of an issue is this going to be?
Yeah.
You get
I've
those
heard
sometimes.
I've heard some resellers say if you ask 3 questions or more, I'm not selling it to you. You've already too many
I need
red
to apply.
flags.
I need to apply that. Yep.
Um, that's another good thing about your business. Like you have the right to refuse service to anyone. You don't have to, I don't have to let you buy my stuff. Okay. I'm all the time telling y'all I'm not trying to be Walmart. Okay. I'm not trying to offer the
There you
cheapest
go.
product to the pickiest buyer with like free returns and all this. I don't want to compete with Walmart. Who I do want to emulate is Hermes. So for those of you guys, because I'm all about luxury and designer, for those of you that are unfamiliar, Hermes makes like the Birkin bag. Okay. They are the epitome of luxury. You,
Okay.
Chase, cannot walk into Hermes and buy their bag. They have to select you to buy it. You can put it on your
Okay.
wish list. You can put it on your want
Okay.
list. It might be on your want list for 2 years, and one day your personal shopper will call you and invite you into the store with the option of buying one of their bags. That's who I want to compete with. Like, I'm going to let you buy this item, this 1960s wall clock that you are searching for because it reminds you of the one that hung in your grandma's kitchen as a kid. I'm going to let you buy
Yeah.
this. But you're going to have to
Yeah.
pay shipping and you're going to have to like it when you get it based off the photos I'm showing you now. Like,
Yeah,
I was
you found an item today at the estate sale.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't tell y'all
Oh,
everything
yeah,
I found.
you can't tell. Yeah, you gotta
Okay,
make video, but
there's gonna be a
like
video. Travis, your wife knows what Hermes is. I'm just gonna say Hermes is one of the brands I found at the estate sale today. I found Hermes, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, St. John, Escada, uh,
let me hold
Tiffany's,
let me hold my
Cartier,
sweet tea up and I'm gonna put my pinky out.
Tiffany's, Cartier.
Yeah.
I Oh my gosh, you guys, what did I not find? Judith Lieber, a brand I have been trying so hard to find Judith Lieber like forever.
You can't
Oh,
give it all away. Stop, abort.
it's fantastic. 107 items,
When I seen that you
$1,400.
spent $1,400, I was like, yeah, she went when you were up at 4 o'clock this morning, like, hey, I knew that you were in for something.
They're having 2 more sales for this estate, and so Nick Rowe, I don't know if Nick's still in the chat or not, but who was in here earlier talking about the Elf comic books, he's like, "Where did you go?" And, he's local to me, and I'm like, "I don't know if I should tell you." Um, but honestly, I would take Nick with me next time, but he said he doesn't wake up at that type of hour. Miss Taffy likes my analogy. Thank you, Miss Taffy. And I found all that today. Yes, I found all of that today. You guys should see my house right now. It's like, oh my gosh, you have no idea. One item I think I might have overspent on, but it all comes out in the wash because when you average out every item, I ended up paying like $13.25. And guys, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 purses. Oh, Ferragamo is another brand. Stuart Weitzman, uh, Moschino, Missoni, and I'm not talking about Missoni for Target,
For Target.
y'all. This was Ladybug's like, wow, yeah, wow. Oh my gosh, is right. You guys. Same with the new Ferrari releases. You have to have bought from them before they will invite you to buy their new car. Yeah, like why not be exclusive? This is an exclusive club. I'm gonna be the bouncer, the eBay bouncer.
You shall not pass.
I, I was at the Fashion File flagship store in Carlsbad. A woman came in with 7 Hermes bags that she wanted to consign. Holy cow. So, for those of you that don't know, and I thought there was potential to be an Hermes bag here. Um, and I was telling my husband, I was like, if that blue bag is a Kelly, because I thought it might be a Kelly, I was like, I will pay at least $1,000 for that bag because they can be worth $30,000 to $100,000.
That's
Yeah,
insane.
it
That's
is.
insane.
It's crazy. So nice find in Southern Missouri. I didn't find it in Southern Missouri. I drove to Kentucky. Um, Yeah, it was just insane. You guys, I was like in hog heaven because I love vintage. This lady was a antique dealer. I love vintage, I love designer, and this was like the perfect combination of both. And it's like I say, they're gonna have two more sales, and the next sale is gonna include her mother's clothing. I found Chanel.
Wow. What
It was
this is something I was talking about earlier, for the ones that are just chiming in. Like, folks that are hesitant to get into this community because they feel like it's oversaturated, or that they're like, listen, I will go to a bin store, or I will go to a yard sale or flea market, or what have you, right? And I'll run into other folks who are resellers. They have more experience than me in certain things, right? What they know, I don't know. What I know, they may not know. That's what's so awesome about this community is, like, you could say that you're in a vintage space, and there's going to be other vintage folks in this vintage space that may not know what you know. And so, like, that's what I love about this. I've ran into folks who I was telling you, who had dropped eBay for many years, but they used to flip cars on eBay. Like, how many people still how many people, okay, still know that there's an eBay Motors?
yeah.
Like how many, because like you don't see much advertisement for it anymore. eBay's kind of like turned over to the shoes and the electronics and stuff, but you don't see much about eBay Motors anymore. But there's folks who are flipping cars continuously on eBay, and there's a market for it.
Yeah. I the very first thing I ever sold on eBay was in eBay Motors.
Yeah,
You've heard this
I know.
story.
I know what it is.
Does anyone in the chat know the very first thing I ever sold on eBay? Talk about
If they get it, listen. If they get it right, I'll give them another. That'll be a T-shirt.
first
If they
person to
get
get
it,
it right. That's
first
another
person to
t-shirt.
get what Rachel's first sell was on eBay, and it's huge. It's huge. The
Let's
big
talk
boy's
about
huge.
zero feedback.
Drew, yeah.
I created yeah, your sound's going out, Chase. I
Okay.
created this account just to sell this item. The first person to say what it was.
Some broken item. Oh, Drew, I said you can't say it.
Drew, why would you say that? We're gonna give it to Zach because at least he said truck. But Drew, you're grounded. Why would you say that? Oh, I love it. Mobile home
he
K
he
car.
didn't he didn't catch it. That's what it was. He didn't catch it. But yeah,
Technically,
okay.
Zach Utah and Bought and Gone wasn't wrong. Maybe Drew really wants one of your shirts. He likes the bearded skull guy. It was a semi truck, you guys. I
Let's see.
sold a $13,000 semi truck as my very first thing that I ever sold on eBay. The guy didn't have any reason to trust me. I had created my account like that day that I listed the truck. Yeah, so yeah, Zach, you're getting one of these dreaming on a budget shirts. Reach out to Chase over on Instagram in his DM. He's dreaming on a budget one over there, or reach out to Zach. Um, Drew said, I just wanted the shirt. Oh, he does want one of your shirts.
We got you, fam. We got you.
So yeah, talk about people with zero feedback. The guy, it was my dad's semi truck, and still have no idea. I've had this conversation with him recently. Dad, why did I say we should sell your truck on eBay? He's like, I don't know, but you did. And I created my PayPal for that too. And this guy in New Jersey bought it, flew in, and drove the semi truck back home.
That's crazy. Like, I can only imagine the headache you had with PayPal when they seen this amount of money hit for a pickup for a semi truck. And
He
did they
wasn't
cause you any
able to
issues?
pay us on PayPal. It was
And
this
that's what
weird.
I figured. I was like, the first thing that comes on mind is like how many hiccups and stuff you ran into with PayPal back
It
in the
was
day.
weird. Like my dad, I know is still in the chat. So dad, like, give me the rundown of how it was. But I remember the guy paying my dad basically in person, but it sold on eBay. Like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
I trust me, that sounds more sketchy than how it actually worked out because it sold on eBay. Like that's where he bought it. It was just crazy, you guys.
My
Yeah,
parents thought I was crazy when I was buying hundreds of iPhone chargers, the 32 pin, the different colors, reds, blues, and greens, and they were all coming in from China. So everything had a customs label on it, and they were like, Chase, what the heck are you buying? And I'm like, oh, I'm running a business, Dad. He's like, doing what? You're in high school. What are you doing? Oh, I'm on eBay. He's like, what? And I was like going to Walmart and buying these things in the biggest bundles I can buy them in. And then now look, I've done a full fledged. And I went and lived a completely different life, military and law enforcement. And now I've come back to eBay. Like, how crazy is that?
nice. My son's an entrepreneur like you. Yeah. My dad said he sent a cashier's check in full overnight. So,
There you go.
like, it went through eBay though, but you know, at one point you used to be able to accept checks on eBay. I mean,
Yeah,
this was years ago.
I think eBay still accepts like money orders or something. Like there's a like a payment method. You know what I'm talking about or no? There's a payment method that it's like money orders, and I've always wondered, was like, how does that work? Like,
No
how does that?
CODs.
Yeah.
They just had to
Jeez.
deposit a bank then to get it. Yeah, I remember that. That was wild though. But yeah, again, no excuses, right? Like just
Yep.
get it done. We needed a truck sold.
Back to the days.
We
There you go.
back to the days of cashier's checks and postal money orders. Yeah, yeah. You know, I have my real estate license and they were talking about like when they used to list houses and they would take the pictures and then they would go to Walmart, get the film developed of the house and then put that on like the listing on the wall. You would have like all the photos there with it. I'm just like, oh wow. I received checks back in the 90s when I sold computer parts. I started on eBay in 99. What about the rest of you? So what year would that have been that I sold? I think it was 2013 that I sold that semi truck. No, maybe it was 2013. I don't know. Dad would know. Dad, would you just jump in the live? Why can't you read my comments? I don't know, Drew. I swear you're speaking Tennessee whenever I try to read your comments. My first eBay purchase was made when I was in grade school. Trevor says my dad paid with a money order through the mail. That's so funny. Did he use a coupon too? Chad started in 1999 also. North Georgia Flipper. I sold tons of Beanie Babies at the height of their craze.
I
Really? Hated waiting on money orders. That is so funny. Zach started in 2008. He must have been in junior high along with you. He's not, y'all are like the
That's
same age.
crazy.
Rachel has Drew blocked, maybe. Selective reading, Drew. It's
Selective
dogged
free.
out correctly. I don't
It's
know.
programmed. It's a policy that happens when you get married.
They just had a deposit back then to get it. I still don't get it.
He's talking. Yeah. So
He's like,
yeah, I
yeah,
mean
yeah, me neither.
it's crazy that the eBay has come as far as it has.
No
And to
coupons
be
for
honest
the
with you, I've been looking for like I really need a truck now. It's got to the point where we're tired of renting U-Hauls to go and get wholesale. I don't run it. I don't have CDLs. I don't have a semi, and I'm not about to pay somebody $3,000 to get me a truckload after I'm already forking out a bunch of money to get a truckload. And so, um, we've been
Key
looking for
Lime
pickup trucks,
Kisses
and
was burning CDs and selling them on eBay.
oh, I love it.
Did you did you find a truck?
Did you use LimeWire? Did she use LimeWire?
Probably. What else would you have used?
I don't know. What was it? What was the one that started with the N? Um, oh
Napster.
man, Napster. There you go.
Sorry, what were you saying about a truck? I just thought that was hilarious.
Oh, I'm looking for a truck. So if anyone knows where a truck is,
I'm looking for an
I need
SUV. Maybe we
yeah,
can find it.
I need a 4-door Sierra or Silverado. I need something that's got some pull power.
Kimmy is
Or
in
an
Georgia, but is from Tennessee. Where at in Tennessee? My husband's family is all in Cookville. Y'all need to go ahead and buy my book about being married. Do you really have a book out about being married?
I'll buy it.
I mean, it'd probably be a good read. He's pretty funny. In my listings, I have immediate payment required. Yeah, me too. Whatever that means on eBay. What's up, Josh?
No,
Welcome to
so
Saturday morning show on the
do
East
you
Coast.
have do you have immediate payment required
Me? Yeah.
on your yeah, you do?
Uh-huh.
Like wow, like I don't. And so like I always wondered like how does that life like
We're
is it
yin and
beautiful?
yang,
I
Chase.
know. Is it
If we
beautiful? Cuz like
we
I've
can
always
join
wondered
forces and make one master course.
no, like everything is yeah, everything is opposite.
Truck with PayPal, you just had to deposit like 500. Oh, that's right. That's right. I trust you, honey.
Okay.
May have a I could have a
Also,
semi truck. I sold burnt CDs to classmates in high school. Rachel
there you
may have a
go.
semi for you, Chase. Not anymore.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, she might have one.
So my son has taken countless things to school and sold them. Um, including tech decks. He would go to Walmart and buy tech decks for like $2 and change and then take them the next day and sell them for $5. And like he would put them in his Chromebook. This is like last year though, Chase, in
Oh,
high
wow.
school.
They still do that.
My
Yo,
son
okay,
still did that. No, nobody was playing with tech decks
no,
that
I'm
they don't,
saying tech decks still have that kind of value in school is what I'm saying because
I
like
guess.
when I was growing up, we wouldn't just trade tech decks. It was like I'd go buy I'd like beg my mom to buy tech decks. I'd go to school and make popsicle money. I mean, it's crazy. You got future
Trevor,
entrepreneurs in the making.
do what?
Do we drink for this for yeah, do we take a shot?
F3, we were talking about the one that cannot be named earlier, and they said every time we mentioned him, oh, everyone have a great time. Every time we mentioned Harry Tornado, you had to take a drink. And so when you came in and we said Josh, they just want to know, be clear on the rules. My mom said you
Yeah.
could buy a used U-Haul.
Yeah. We've thought about it. I just with 3 kids and stuff, I mean, I've always had like a dream truck, and that's always been like a Silverado or a Sierra, and so I've got a trailer. I mean, we've got a trailer, and it's just as we continue to be blessed and grow this business, um, I just it's we're gonna get there. I can't wait to be able to say that I paid for my truck in full. Like I didn't have to go get finance or anything like that. That's
Yeah,
where I'm wanting to be. So
that's
that's a
the only
blessing.
way
And
to buy a vehicle. I'm
oh
proud of you,
yeah,
Chris. Good job.
there you go.
Yeah, I'm just if I could find one, that'd be cool. Because now I'm spending all my car money on estate sales, $1,400 at a time. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
um,
I'm in the same boat. This is a dragon that you have to keep feeding.
yeah, yeah. Travis is super stoked to have you in the chat tonight. Thanks for the useful information on USPS. I've got the e-commerce bites blog pulled up, and I'm definitely gonna give that a read after this. So I have kept you until the next day at this point. So but I hate to leave because we've got actually
It's
more people
okay.
joining the chat. People need a late
Yeah.
show. Should I make my show even later on Friday nights? Let people
I don't
know that
know.
you need a truck. Blessed
Yeah,
with a
let
free
people know.
F-250.
Hey, I've actually got to send let's see, hold on. Make sure I've got it right. I've got some stuffs. Let's see. Who's these fancy people? Yeah, I've got to send let's see. Make sure I'm getting this right.
Don't get it wrong.
Josh. I wanted to make sure I had his name right.
Flips fine.
Josh from Flips Finds. Yeah, I have to. What do you say? Let people know we were blessed with a free F-150. Hey, you know what? Hey, when God wants something to happen, there ain't no stopping it. I said something
I
the other day.
entered
I
I
know. Yeah.
entered to win a truck or a vehicle. And you know what?
Okay.
If that's how God provides my car, the drawing is on
Hey,
the
are you?
10th, and we'll all know.
I've heard crazier. I've heard of crazier things. Okay. Like, I mean, with all the hiccups and stuff we've ran into, we didn't even mention about the $1,000 fee that UPS charged us with the box, the dimensional size box. Like, we didn't even mention that in the ugly part. Like, there's a
Mm,
bunch of stuff that you hit walls with sometimes. But
I feel.
remember what I said? I told you the other day. I said, listen, I've been at the top, I've been at the middle, and I've been at the bottom. The devil can't scare me where I've already been.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, even though Chase has had some crazy situations arise, he always has that same smile on his face when I talk to him about it, and, like, even if he's just texting about it, I can tell that he's smiling. I'm like, "How are you
Yeah.
just so deliriously positive about everything?" That's awesome to see because, it's easy for us to just get down about stuff or, like you say, make excuses or reasons why things aren't working, but he's always really positive. Ladybug wants to know, not to be a buzzkill, but are you sure the stuff that you bought today is real? Ladybug, do you think I would have spent 3 times my mortgage if I didn't think it was real? No, yeah, I authenticate items for people. I don't do it as a charge. You need something authenticated, send it over. I consider myself pretty daggum good at it. Not to mention this lady's estate, I didn't find a fake thing in her estate. Had I found some things that I thought were questionable or thought were fake, I would have been concerned, but it was like
Hesitate.
generations
Yeah.
of collecting these designer items. The crazy thing is though, like you would have like Escada next to Target.
She didn't have a she had a taste, but she didn't have she wasn't too classy for Target.
No,
There you go.
it's kind of crazy. Yeah,
I love
no,
those
but
kind
I
of people.
appreciate you asking that because it can get exciting, especially if people don't know what they're looking for. If I walked into that estate sale and it was Nikes, it was Air Force Ones, pardon me, or Jordans or something, oh girl, I would have walked right back out. I don't know how to authenticate that.
Yeah. And I'm actually in the same boat. There's so many people like Flip Finds and Fun and what is it, Red Mountain? There's so many people that do shoes and just shoes, and they're really good at it. So I'll claim that if you put it out there. There you go. Speak it into
Um,
existence.
Kimmy, I'm glad that you're here. And if there's ever information that I haven't put out there and you have a question, I'm literally open on Instagram all the time. Because I do appreciate when resellers are just available, for questions. I'm not saying I'll have every answer that you have, but I'll try my best to find it and be able to help. Power of positive thinking. Yeah, I seriously entered this giveaway and it was for Special Olympics. It was a raffle, and every time I saw this, I was just like, you know what? I should enter that raffle. And then I'd see it again. I'm like, I should enter that raffle, and I can't find a card. I'm like, maybe I'm supposed to enter that raffle. And it was $25 a ticket, or you could get like three for the price of two, practically. And I was like, no. If I'm going to win, it's going to take one ticket. They're not drawing two tickets. They're going to draw
Yeah,
one.
we're gonna
And
draw one.
so I bought one ticket, and we'll see what happens. I guess if that's how I'm supposed to get my new SUV, wouldn't that be cool? And then I can just go to estate sales and blow through the rest of this money I saved up. I'm just kidding. I'll
I'm
try to
actually
be responsible and buy NFTs.
Dogecoin. I'm gonna take. I know it's down in the comments a little further. But I'm going to take what Chi-Town Picker just said. There you go. We're yin and yanging already.
I know.
Visualize, prioritize, and actualize. I've never heard that before, but I'm gonna put that on a T-shirt. I think that is too cool.
Prioritize. Love it.
That
Love
is too
it.
cool. I've never heard
Oh,
that. That's awesome.
I have to do that. Might need a bigger sofa.
He said he wanted $1 million earlier too. He's speaking into Drew's like, you know what? I want cookies. I know that was Israel. I want cookies, and now I want a
Yeah.
million bucks and
Oh,
cash
you
your
just
check.
reminded me. I made vegan brownies before this started. Wait a minute. That kid had brownies. I didn't have one. They were still in the oven whenever we started. He had brownies and then he still come down here asking me for cookies.
He's
Wow.
playing the game. He's playing the game. He's playing the game. My kids, they do it to us. That's hilarious. They're coming up, Daddy. Can can I have some little Debbie Christmas cakes? So, those mine. Those mine. And then I go ask Mama, and I'll come back in there, and the box will be empty. And be like, what happened to my Christmas trees? I gave some to the kids. You can't hoard food from the kids. And I'm like, it's not food. It's junk. It's mine.
Nice. Drew said he didn't give him the cookies. Yeah, we're not
He
like
didn't give 'em.
we're not too strict on him, but we let him have some
Yeah.
sugar, but not a whole lot of sugar.
Yeah.
Vegan brownies, that sounds like it would taste like your foot's asleep. Thanks a lot. Okay, so they're Duncan Hines, and the only replacement was that instead of an egg, I put applesauce, and it was a strawberry flavored applesauce. So I put like the strawberry applesauce in the brownie instead of an egg. Like, would you rather eat a raw egg or strawberry applesauce? The batter tasted delicious, and that was the only because the batter, like the box mix, didn't have any milk products in it. So that's really the only substitute I had to make. I just don't know if they set up well. If they were really good, then there might not be any. Um, you said that you didn't let anyone in your family eat the banana pudding that you got for Thanksgiving.
Oh man. Yeah. No. Nanner pudding. Mm-mm, that's mine. So okay, my we called my grandmother and asked her, what her recipe was for banana pudding. And I was like, because last year for Christmas, that was what I wanted. That was the only thing I wanted. I was like, Granny, can you make me a batch of nanner pudding? That's all I want for Christmas. I don't want nothing else. Anything else can just go to wherever. And so this year for Thanksgiving, because the world's still kind of funny with COVID and stuff, and um, we called my grandma and got the recipe, and my wife done a phenomenal job. Like nobody in the family got to touch that nanner pudding. I was like, no, no, she made it. She's a keeper. I can't leave her now. We stuck. I was like,
Oh,
she
you're
could
gonna
she
have
can
to
make the nanner pudding. She can make
keep
the
her
nanner pudding. She could stay.
keep her around forever, but you got all swelled up like a tick from eating the banana pudding and not let
Listen, this shirt right here. We made. By the way, we made this tonight. Like I put her on the
Wow.
test. I put her on the test. I was like, hey, can you make me a shirt? She's like, babe, I only got like 30 minutes. I was like, you got this. No excuse. I got an order coming in for 30 tomorrow, right? And so, uh, kidding. And she was like, Chase, got too much going on. It's like, babe, can you make me a shirt? So she pulled this off because we really wanted to give some of these away. And so yeah,
That's awesome.
she
My
she
husband's
she's awesome.
my husband's work shirt, because he's an electrician and he has a beard like in the logo.
Yo, if you've seen what I did before I shaved my beard to baby face, right?
I don't think
Okay, so
so.
my beard got to here. Drew's is on like Gandalf level. Okay, like I strive to get to Drew's. Like I think one of the first questions I ever asked you wasn't even referred to resale. I was like, hey, what does Drew use to oil his beard?
Maybe
Like
so. Yeah. A lot of
what
people ask
products
me
does
questions
Drew
about his beard. I'm gonna start saying that he dips it in vegan brownie batter.
with
And
applesauce?
yeah, I'll just start telling people he's vegan. That's why it looks like that. It's just so healthy because he's vegan.
There you
Chase,
go.
she has a business. Yeah. Did she have Instagram set up for her sublimation business yet?
So no, we're doing everything under the same LLC instead of doing a DBA or anything like that yet.
But at
But
least set up a separate page.
yeah, um, I'm trying to get her more involved in social media, and so
Ah,
we're working on it. We're working on it. Like she has a story to tell like anybody else, and she's doing really good at like I mean these are turning out so well.
that's beautiful.
This is behind every crazy daughter has a mother who made them that way. It's like I've got two daughters, and then like she made these for our girls for Thanksgiving.
It's so
That's my
beautiful.
daughter's name. So
Super cute.
oh, wrong side, but yeah.
Super soft. You need one like that, just in that exact same rainbow color. Josh said that he asked his wife if he should grow his beard back out, and he got a quick and firm no.
A no? Wow. And see, mine for a long time. See, listen, military and law enforcement, I couldn't ever have one. Okay, or even when I went to an agency that allowed you to have beards, it had to be like less than what you see on my face now. So whenever I put everything away and gained all the pounds, I let that sucker grow, and I was just like I was so happy. So for a long time, she didn't like it. She was like, don't kiss me. I don't want that thing on me. And then it just grew. One day I was like, hey, I'm gonna shave this thing off. She's like, no, you're not. And so I would keep saying that, hey, I'm gonna shave this thing off. Like it's getting too big. It's getting too long. And she's like, no, you're not. And she was serious about it. She was like, I don't even know what you look like under that thing right now. So you're gonna keep it on. So,
Nice.
yeah,
Trevor wants that shirt in a men's extra large, and Drew is
I will wear one
totally
with
poking
you.
at
I
Josh.
will wear one. Yeah, I will wear one with you.
My wife said I'm better looking the more my face is covered up, so I'm keeping the beard. Annie's like, they keep saying Josh. She's just not even gonna remember the end of the show.
Oh man, let's just pull out the straight alcohol.
My wife loves my beard, but I usually keep it short because it's easier to take care of. LOL, I'm lazy. I think Drew tried to shave the morning of our wedding, and by the time our photos came around, he at least had a 5 o'clock shadow. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, okay, he's I just have rarely ever seen him freshly, like clean shaven.
I don't know if you've ever heard of. You probably have. Have you heard of Launge? And I don't know if they're vegan or not.
What is it?
Launge, the hair products, Launge,
I don't think so.
Lange.
I
Anyway,
don't think so.
they made a beard oil for a long time, and they're predominantly a feminine based product like
Hmm.
hair straighteners and stuff like that. Um, my wife ended up getting me some beard oil from them, and that was the best beard oil. That's what I was getting at. It's like that's the best beard oil I've ever had, and they discontinued. They stopped selling it.
Drew
I
has
was like,
a couple different ones that he really likes. I'll send you what it is that he uses. I mean, because he has some, like, people buy him a lot of beard oils, and it's not a good gift to give to someone that has a beard because it's like they're not all created equal. And it has to be like the right type of oil. So my friend has one called Beard Joy. I'm extra cute with my face mask. Yeah, nice. Yeah, there's Drew has a couple of them that he really likes. Anyway, I totally woke up at 3 o'clock this morning, and if my eyes seem like I'm getting a little droopier, I'm looking like that droopy dog. You know what? I'd hang out with you guys all night, but I am closing in pretty quickly on 24 hours. Billy Jealousy is vegan, PETA certified, and smells amazing. Drew, I'm folding right now in case she is watching the chat right now. Folding laundry. The pants. He's always teasing like his wife is like cracking a whip on him. We know that she doesn't. Chase can stay up all night.
Someone's got to keep us in check.
Chase stayed up all night last night, and so that means he probably went to bed at like what, 4 or 5?
4:40. Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say, I think at some point while I was getting ready, he's like, "Okay, well, I'm going to lay down now." And then so that means that you slept most of the morning, so you probably will be up half the night now.
Oh no, we woke up at 12 a.m. and went fishing.
Nice. Huh.
I got kids. I can't sleep all day as much as I want to. But
I was almost done with the estate sale by then. I don't sleep. Don't give up now. They have one more thing. Beard straightener, like a flat iron. Has your hubby used that? My husband has used the one that's like it's like a hot brush, so he can brush it and he plugs it in. But more than that, he and I both use the same tool really on our hair to dry it, and that is it blows air out. So it's a blow dryer, but it's a brush.
Okay, it's a brush. Okay.
Yeah, it's a whole Revlon makes it, and it's kind of a heavy and really large. Wow, Rachel, you've been up all day and night. You're a reseller hero. I feel like I need a cape. No, he's succeeding to me. I have to be at an estate sale at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Should be good. This estate sale started at 9, and my goal was to get there between 5 and 6. And when I got there, Cha-Ching King and his wife were already there under blankets in the front.
That's awesome.
They were not, you guys. He's nowhere around me, but I said that the people that were up there with him. You believe
That's how it.
me.
Listen,
Don't
that's how it is in the wholesale business. That's how it is in wholesale. Like folks will you'll think, oh yeah, the door's open at 9 a.m. Nah, you're gonna be there at like 5 o'clock in the morning putting up a tent.
Well, he got to an estate sale 2 days before they opened.
What?
Yeah.
Who?
Cha-Ching King.
That's why he's Cha-Ching King. I mean, he's been doing this since the 90s. He said, "Listen, nobody's gonna mess with my paper."
Yeah, he invented eBay, is what I heard. I heard he invented eBay. That for you know how it was like a broken laser pointer that was the first item sold. He's the one that sold it.
the one that took the little batteries.
I think so, but it didn't matter. And then I'm sure it was probably returned because it was broken, and the buyer didn't read that it was broken. Rachel, that video was a joke. Shut up. I've been telling people that you did that. I've told at least 7 people, some of them aren't even resellers, that you camped out at an estate auction 2 days before they opened. 2 days before. Awesome. It's called trespassing.
It's called trespassing.
I was having so much fun with the people at the estate sale today that were coming up. This lady was like, yeah, I tried to, the windows in the back had bars on them. I was like, oh, did you try to get in there? And just messing with people. And I'm telling you guys, and they were like, what are you looking for here? I said, pencils. And with like the straightest face ever. Yes. I was like, pencils. And
they were stationary. I like stationary.
Really? And I said, yeah. And they were like, I thought you said you drove over from Missouri. And I was like, I did. Pencils are really good.
They already knew. Listen, they knew when they seen the tag. Folks, listen, the resale community is awesome sometimes, but you got folks they know their state. You drove from Missouri for pencils? Yeah, stationary.
I don't know that a whole lot of people there were resellers. Some of them were, but a lot of them were buying stuff for themselves because I knew that they weren't resellers when I said, look, it's the Cha-Ching King. And then I started talking about him camping out for 7 weeks before at this estate sale. And they were like, who? And I was like, bro, do you even resell? And because if they don't know who he is, he says it was a 1-minute YouTube video she's referring to. Yeah. Okay. So for those of you that don't know, he's at this estate sale. His wife's like filming him because she's the real MVP. And he's like, oh my gosh, I got to this estate sale so early, and I think we're like the first people here. Oh wait, here's headlights. No, no, they're going somewhere else. Anyway, the estate sale starts at 7, or he's like, it's Wednesday and it's 6 a.m. and the estate sale starts at 7 a.m. on Friday. And his wife's just like, I can't believe you. And I believed this. Y'all got to go back and watch it.
Yo, okay, I gotta find that. That's awesome.
You have to. It was so believable. I've heard people tell me that I'm so sarcastic they don't know whether or not I'm being serious, but I've never fallen for other people's sarcasm like that. Oh my gosh.
So it's like somebody camping in front of
a
a.
now. Y'all see he's cracking up. Yeah, need a refill. Josh.
Yeah, I gotta say Josh. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
That's
well,
awesome.
since Annie's passing out, I'm gonna join her and I'm gonna hit the pillow. But you stay up all night, and would you please list some stuff for me? I have 107 items calling my name, in addition to the stuff beside me. And there's quite a bit of things. Gullible is spelled Rachel. Everyone should have alcohol poison at this point.
There you go.
Chase, I appreciate you coming tonight though to talk to us about good, bad, and ugly things, because I think you have a like a cornucopia of all of those things. We'll use Fire Reseller's word of cornucopia. But yeah, we so appreciate you being here. We appreciate you guys being in the chat and being here so long. You've ran like 3.5 hours with us. My dad keeps saying I should do a 24-hour live with Carissa. We might have to invite you in if we ever do that, Chase. Keep us alive and keep us awake. But is it a Chanel bag, clothing? I don't know, Annie. You're gonna have to watch the video and you're gonna have to find out. It might be a 2-part series. I mean, it's some pretty great stuff. You guys are rolling the chat. I can't even keep up now. Truly enjoyed this live chat. I've enjoyed it also. This is a new live stream world record. All right, live stream world record. Tell them all bye, Chase.
Bye, guys. Look, I love every one of you. Have a great night. Get some sleep. If not, well, you could join me in listening.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Good night, everybody.